think I may have messed that up, but I think we'll be okay. So, hey everybody, this is Christine Bertram, and I am coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And you can see I'm up in my craft room, my new craft room, and it is the first time. It looks like a little bit of a hot mess behind because we were in the process of organizing. And it says I'm live. Yay. I just had to look over at the computer and I'm there. So I hit the record button and then I hit the stop button and then I started it again and all's good. So we're good. So woohoo, we're here. We are halfway through January. It is the 15th. Happy birthday to my grandpa, Bertram. He would be 101 today. And he passed away in, it was 1999. I think I was a sophomore or junior in college. And so he hasn't been with us for many years, but every year when January 15th rolls by, I have to give my ode to my grandpa Bertram. So yeah, well, and my grandma Bertram is still alive and kicking. She's 96, and I just got to spend some time with her over Christmas break. So that's good. All right, so whew, you guys, if you didn't catch Gina, she was live this morning. She did a class, and I have it up here with me. Oh, man. Okay, you'll have to work with me. I'm not used to going live in a different setting than downstairs, and I didn't even bring I didn't bring everything with me. So I usually am watching comments on my phone, and you think I would have thought to bring that with me, and I didn't. So let's see if I can easily find them on my phone. There it is. So we are really doing, there it is, perfect. We are really doing share a recipe, create a card, and inspire others. That is the class. I feel like I haven't been with you guys much though. The holidays came and went really fast, and the winter escape came and went really fast. And and now here we are into January, halfway through January. We were able to get a few classes done before the escape, and now we're going to be plumb full of classes the rest of the month. I will say that we have everything available yet. I wouldn't say I'm 100% on my emails by any means, but I was able to get through the bulk of those people who signed up or wanted to register for classes. That is what I was diligently trying to work through. There are plenty of other emails out there from people that have asked me things or working on things, but they weren't involving the escape and they weren't involving classes. We had our big shipping day yesterday. We did get about 140 packages out yesterday between boxes and packages. So her sound keeps cutting out, Nedra said. Classes. That is what I was diligently trying to work through. Okay, I listened for a little bit, Nedra. I don't seem to have that problem. And I hope nobody else has that problem, and hopefully yours goes away really fast. And your sound is going in and out, and Debbie says her sound is good. So if people have good sound, and I just did a spot check too, I'm assuming that it might not be necessarily on my end. I don't know, you guys. I can never tell you why some people have issues and some don't. When people don't have issues, that means to me that it isn't a issue for everybody. That means that it might be something with people's individual technologies. So, and Doris said her sound is fine. So I'm not quite certain. But yes, there will be kitten sightings. Hopefully. I left the door cracked a little bit. And if the kittens arouse from their dead sleeping nature, they will get up. If you guys notice, Kelly did a live yesterday. She did one of the kit classes for January. She was up here. When Gina went live a couple weeks ago and Kelly went live a couple weeks ago from up here, you may have noticed that the door wasn't done. So last week, Wednesday, the day before the escape, my builder was here and he put the door in. So it looks kind of like it's buttoning up things and getting polished. Carissa said her sound was wonky, so she went out and came back in and it fixed the issue for her. So good, there you guys, some sound advice from Carissa. You guys, I don't know. Deb just messaged me too that she's getting every other word. Kelly went live a couple weeks ago from up here. You may have noticed that the door wasn't done. So last week, Wednesday, the day before the escape, I hear everything, you guys. I don't know. So I can't tell you what to do except for Chris's advice for you guys that aren't hearing things. She said she went out, refreshed her app, and started over. Hopefully that works for people. Sherry Johnson said it's good. Cheryl said it's good. Julie's good. You, I guess it's good. So I'm gonna have to say start over, get out of the app, and come back in. And it's working. Okay, see, Kari Dwyer just said the same thing. Hi, Holly Paplo. So hopefully the technology issues, you guys can work them out. You probably are thinking, well, she's in a new space. It's got to be her that has the problem. I don't think so. I really don't. I don't, because I have half the people telling me they don't have the problem. So yeah, so we'll keep going. We'll keep going. Hi, Sherry Martin. Okay, yay. Okay, so it's kind of exciting to be in a different environment doing a live. I have a beautiful window in front of me. If you guys want to see my view, this is what it looks like outside. I have it dead. Oh, it's not dead. It's like a tree in the winter, so it does look dead, but the tree is in winter mode. So yeah, so that's that view. Just in case you guys were curious what I see, that's what I'm looking at. So it's very possible I could see a squirrel or a bird climbing the tree or going in the tree, and I might be like, oh, what's that? So squirrels may happen. And I think what I'm gonna do after I'm done with the live is I'll take my tablet off and I will walk around my room. I've never done a real official video of after the room was kind of done, and I am afraid to say that it is a hot mess. Angelique and Carmen were here. Well, Carissa was here as well this past weekend, but Carmen and Angelique were here over the weekend. And one of the big goals that I had that I wanted to get through was sorting through all of my cards that I've designed since probably 2015. Yes, I kept every single one of my cards. I think. I tried to anyways. I think we're missing a few, but that will happen. I was really good from 2021 forward, but from the year 1915, from 2015 to 2021, it was a little sketchy. So we sorted through. I had pictures of every class since 2016 when I started working this as a business. I should say when I started having classes that were official classes. And where's the snow, right? Mary Novak, all of our snow is melt. Oh yeah, there's no snow out there really. So they helped me organize all of those card classes. We stayed up till 2:30 on Friday night working on this. And it was a hard day on Saturday because we were so tired, but we made it through. It was a struggle bus, but we worked until about 2:30, and that's where we left it. So when you see all these boxes out over there, I'll show that to you when we get done because there's no way of hiding it. I haven't been able to put them in boxes. Now I need to find a couple hours to put them in boxes, and Tyler's gonna build me shelving that is up over there. That's where I store them. So then when I'm here designing with a friend or by myself and I am feeling the lackluster of inspiration, I generally go to one of my boxes from the past. I will randomly pull a box and I will pull it out and I'll start going through card designs or card layouts until I find something that will work with the stamp set that I'm working with. And that's where I get a lot of my inspiration is past classes. So, yay, that's exciting, right? So I'm hopeful that by the end of this weekend, I'll have all those boxes cleaned up. But you guys, it's kind of like I always say, don't mind, you're going to see underneath the dress kind of type thing. So let's start from the beginning. I have a whole bunch of you that are excited to be here with me today, and I want to give you a quick shout out. We have Sherry Martin, Mary Lemke, hi Linda Krause, there's Debbie Gast, hi Jamie Kirkpatrick, hi Myra Kerger, hi Deb Norman, there's Susan Bellamy, hi Mary Jo Stoll and Patty Wright, hi Barbara Rudolph. Oh, there's Olga from Czechia. I was going to say Czechia. Czechia, I love it. Okay. Hi Dana Cherry from Birmingham, Alabama. Hi Kari Dwyer. Hi Deb. Oh, there's Deb Norman again. Hi Randy Schultz. There's Gwen Simmons. Hi, Julie Demarius is what I was going to say. I don't know if I've practiced saying your name out loud. So I need to for your classes that you're getting from me. Hi, Mary Novak. Hi, Becky Schlossnagel. There's Penny Powell, my sunshine friend. Hi, Earl and Nedra and Suzanne Deppis. Hi, Deanne Dawn. Hi, Jennifer Summers. Hey, Donna Grushki. And there's Doris Munson and Linda Kester. Yay. So Susan Bellamy said it was happening with Kelly yesterday. You guys try to go back in, Susan, and come back. You guys are talking, going through the comments now about the sound. Go out and come back in. Hopefully that will help. There's Connie Moore from Poolside Lebedi and drinking rum punch on the Symphony of the Seas, 78 degrees. Enjoy every absolute minute of that, Connie Moore. I'm so excited for you to be on that trip. I'm just so excited for you to be with your family. Hi, Sharon Davis. Hi, Jamie Kirkpatrick. And there's Patty Wright. Yay. Let's see here. Anybody else? Okay, so Nedra said she switched to her iPad and now it works fine. So there you go. That's another way to fix your sound, is potentially try a different device. Some people have, I would say most people have cell phones. Some people have tablets or pads, iPads or like these handheld things, and then some people have computers, right? So try a different one. Close other apps to see if something might be running in the background. Very good. There's Dana's input, you guys. There's 3 things we've given you to try to fix your sound issues. Hi, Nancy Sue Valencia. Oh, you're very welcome for your samplers. You got both of them. I'm so excited that I got them in the mail for you last week. There's Christina. There's Chris Robinson. Yay. Hi, Mimi. Okay. Susan Wormley. Yay. Okay. Hi, Mary Jean and Karen Woods. Oh, my goodness. 73 of you guys are watching me. I'm so excited. So Share, Create, Inspire is usually a nice, easy class. And I'm excited to say that after reading the recipe card on this one, I think this one's going to be a nice, easy one too. So if you guys are okay with it, we'll get to the card making. But I feel as though I would love to go over some things with you that are on my radar. And I don't have the opportunity to always take time, because usually class is a full class with 3 or 4 cards. It takes a little more time. With this class, we're doing 1 card. And after reading Millie Kendall's recipe card, I already emailed it and I posted it in the Facebook, and it's part of the website. So you guys already have a picture of this in 3 different versions or 3 different formats so that you can go grab it. It seems like it's going to be a very simple card that we might be able to knock it out in a half hour. I've got my card stock here. So it seems like it's going to be white. I'm thinking about potentially adding another color to it, but I guess we'll see when we get there. I wanted to take a moment just to give you a recap. I feel like it's been forever since we've been together, and I want to go over some announcements and things that are brewing and things that I think you'll be excited for. And Julie is excited to get her mail. Yeah, so going back to that yesterday, you guys, I do have a picture that I can share with you, and it only shows the United States Postal Service things. So Diane and my mom and Annette were here yesterday. They helped me get all these packages ready for mailing yesterday. We started around 10. We finished at 5. So it was a full day of shipping. And I have one picture. I didn't take a picture of what we took to UPS, you guys. So about 20 or 25 packages went to UPS, and 120 packages went out yesterday. There's me freezing my little tush off. But this is what we dropped off at the United States Postal Service yesterday. So U.S., the post office, that's what we dropped off. So there were a lot of packages in there, and a lot of you that are watching will be getting your packages. If I set up your email address in the Pirate Ship, you should have gotten an email from Pirates, actually sent from Pirate Ship, and it has a tracking number in it. Please don't lose it. I do get lots of people that ask me, well, where's my package? Where's my package? Well, the reason I put your email address in Pirate Ship is so you have the tracking number, so that you can take it upon yourself to also look up the tracking number. So every time that you can help answer your own question, it helps me save time to respond to other emails or to work on designing cards or to help get my helpers prepped and ready. So just know that you should have received an email letting you know your tracking number. And I do love to hear when you guys get your packages. It makes me happy knowing that you get packages. We are still, unfortunately, waiting for a package that I don't think will ever arrive to Brenda Cachell, the one from November. So I did send her out some I did replace her November cards. I have to file a claim now with the United States Postal Service to get reimbursed for those classes, and that creates extra work. But I always want you guys to get your packages. After it leaves my house, I really don't have any control of it. I've done my part and I've shipped it. Now, it does not bode well with me if you guys don't get your packages, so I do make it right, even though it's the post office's fault. But it does make me happy knowing when you guys get your packages. So don't ever hesitate to hey, I got my package, I'm so excited. I love hearing that, you guys. So definitely that's easy stuff. The other thing that I have been getting a lot of happy mail from you guys, and Holly just asked a great question. Did you get my check? Yes. I have been getting lots of people sending me cards with birthday cards and some Christmas cards yet, and people having including checks in them. So Holly, I'm pretty sure yours came, but what I do is especially if you're newer to me, if you do send me a check, I do reply back either via email or text. I go back to where our conversation was held, and I reply to that. And I do. So like Holly, I'll follow up when I do actually have the check in my hands and tell you that I got it. I probably have about 10 people I need to reply to let them know I did get their checks since last week, Wednesday. It's with the escape in there, you guys. We had about 55 people that rolled through here in person, and we had 59 or 60 of the boxes that mailed out for the escape. So that's a lot. It takes a lot of time and energy, and when I do fall asleep at night, my head hits hard and I'm out, and it usually is going all day long. So as soon as I get the check and I have a minute to let you guys know, I do send that out. And my goal is to get through that in the next day or two. Hi, Rose Marie Schmidt. And so that's a little update on that. What else on the emails? So emails. So, okay. I do plan, here's some news for you guys. There's a lot. If you guys know, if you've been watching me a lot lately, it sometimes is too much for me. And I've, not in a bad way. I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do. But sometimes it gets to be a lot. Like that I can't manage it all myself. And you guys know that. I have a lot. We've got the designing down. We've got the kitting down. We've got the mailing down. We've got a lot of things nailed down. And what all that does is it takes a lot to do all that. And I oversee and orchestrate all that. And I'm involved hands-on in everything. And it doesn't allow me a lot of time to answer emails, which you guys have gotten that. You understand that. And I was looking back. Jean Terwilliger is a perfect example. I got back to an email that was dated December 10th. And I had a great conversation with Jean last week, and she never sent a response after that following up. The classes that she asked were for actually classes in February or March or April. So there was no rush on it, right? We're not even close to February. My eyes were a half a month away. And so she was going to wait, and she did. But it was great because she was trying to come up with ideas for me on how to help manage the emails, especially the class or enrollments. So when you want to get things from me, like classes or something, right? So I was working on it with Carissa and Jean this past week, for trying to figure out how can we streamline the process to make it more efficient and for me to get back to you more timely, especially if it's a class sign up where all you want to know is, hey, I'm on your class list, and how much can I send you? How do you want me to send it? Those easy button kind of questions where they should take a little bit of time, but what happens is I allow so much flexibility. So Jean knows that if she doesn't sign up through my website, she'll save the convenience fee because she Zells me. And she also wants to mail multiple classes together if possible. So that means that the shipping amount would lessen. And so she knows that she's asking for customized care from me, and that takes extra time from me to be sitting at my computer and having my book in front of me and to calculate everything. And it's to save you guys a little money that I do that. You could easily go to my website and sign up for every single class that you want. The registration process takes longer because you have to put your information in for each class, and then you pay the full price for each class. And then on top of it, there's a convenience fee because it costs me money to have a website. Just like most businesses nowadays that are small businesses, there's a cash price and there's a non-cash price because they are charged a fee if you use a credit card. And why should the people that pay cash be charged that fee? So ultimately, that's why I do the same thing, that if you want to pay the cash price, Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, those are the cash. And if you want to use my website, great, use your credit card, and then there's a fee that's on there. So she knows that if she waits for me to respond, she'll send a lower amount and things will be good, right? So long story short, we're going to come up with a plan for this year that if you guys want to register for a class, not through my system, and it doesn't involve, let's say, hey, I want to order to get this class for free, I still will manage that. But let's say you want to take all my classes and you plan to pay for them with Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, PayPal outside of the system, we came up with an email address. And I will send a formal communication about this via email. And I graciously had Carissa, and you guys know Carissa. I think you've heard me talk about Carissa. She helped me for a period of time, a couple of years, maybe 2 years ago, designing classes. And I've talked about her a lot. She's on my team, the Be Happy Stampers. She did a display. She did 2 presentations for the event. And she's very in my world. She helps me manage my books too. So she knows a lot of you by name, but she doesn't know who you are. And so she's offered to help me manage the email, which is going to be cbcenroll@gmail.com. So if you want to send an email just about class signups. Like, I want to take the January monthly class. I want to take the Let's Just Stamp. I want to take ink, paper, scissors. I want to take this. I want to take that. And you plan to pay for all of them outside of my system. That's when you would email that to Carissa, and she's going to log it, send you a total right away so that you can not wait for me for 2 weeks to get back to you. So I don't know, it's going to be something we're going to try. And she's just hopeful that it will lighten my load a little bit to allow me to provide more customer service and not stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning answering emails or 6 a.m. answering emails and get to sleep at a reasonable hour because she doesn't want me burning out. So yeah, I hope you guys, like, and I'm telling you that not to make you feel like I don't want to talk to you at all, but it's because if you want to talk to me about anything else, but she's just trying to help me manage the class sign up part of it. You're more than welcome to always email me other questions or anything else, right? Like, it's just specifically that one chunk. And if you plan to place an order, like I'm thinking of Lynn Beasley. Lynn orders for some classes and she also pays for some classes. That kind of email would also go to that. And then Chris is going to ultimately get it in the books for that you're signed up, so that it gives me better visibility to how many people are signing up and that we don't miss anybody, you guys. I hate missing people, and then that doesn't happen often, but it does happen enough. So, hi Jean Terwilliger, I was just talking about you. Your ears must have been ringing. Yes, everybody should be so happy and excited. Yes, you guys. I do realize that I do this to myself. I make it so flexible and so easy for my customer and community, my customer base and my community to sign up for classes and to pay for classes. But what it does is it creates so much more work for me and so many more hours because there's probably 5 to 6 different communication methods of how you can tell me to take a class. And there's over 5 to 6 ways that you can pay for a class. So it's not like I can just run a report and be like, oh, everybody on this list is taking this class. Oh, I can run a report, everybody, and it shows mark paid. Like, I could easily say that, oh, you guys, the only way you can sign up is through my website, and the only way you can pay is through my website, and then you don't get discounts. Like, I could easily do that, but I could never do that because that is, to me, like, I put myself in your shoes all the time, and I think, well, I'd rather pay and say, like, with my Venmo or my PayPal and save a little bit. And I'd also love to have my stuff shipped together and save shipping, right? I would want that. So that's what I try for you guys. And you and get date nights with the kittens. Yes, help a girl out. Exactly, Julie. That is what we're trying to hope for. Hi, Maria Gilbertson. So ultimately, I will be sending an email about that. Different, like in a moment, like we're in the transition. I already just received an email from Debbie Stone, and I forwarded it to the email address, and I said, Carissa, how would you reply to this email? And so she sent her reply to what would be to Debbie, to me, and I looked it over, and I'm giving her feedback, and so she can see it. I think we're going to do that for some time, for some tryouts, so that I get her to the point where she's giving you guys the right prices, how I would do them, and also how I would also interact with you, right? So we're going to do that for a trial run for maybe about a week or week and a half. So, when it gets to be the point where I'm ready to, you guys are going to email me. If you end up emailing me, I will end up forwarding it to there and put you on copy and just say, hey, Chris is helping me manage class enrollments now, so it'll be a learning curve, right? So it'll be a slow transition, but hey, if anybody already wants to tell her what you want, I guess you could do cbcenroll@gmail.com. Anything that she does reply back will be filtered through me first in the beginning for the next week or two, so that I can make sure we've got it all buttoned up nicely. So yeah, so that is a little bit of a change that we're going to have going forward. And again, you guys, I don't want anybody to think I'm trying to distance myself from you, because one of the things that you guys have told me early on is that you don't want to lose interaction with me by having somebody answer my emails. So this is not answering all my emails. This is just taking a small portion of what I get for emails and having somebody help me manage that. And so you guys are always welcome to email me and call me and message me. I'm so fast to respond to the non-class emails compared to the class sign-up emails. Those are what take me a little bit. All right, so that's a little bit about that. I plan to do a navigation video about, I gotta turn the heat off, you guys. It is hot up here. Hang on. So, Kel, I feel like I'm dressed all in black, but my pants are navy, you guys. and I have Angelique's shirt on underneath that she gave me. So I had to have a little purple on. So about 3 years ago, I did a walkthrough navigation video on how everything that I have to offer and where to find things. And it's a little outdated because I used to do my Facebook Lives back then before I transferred to YouTube. So that's how old it is. I know I transitioned to YouTube videos back in October of 2021, and we're in 25 now. So it's been 2.5 years that I've been in YouTube. And what I plan to do in the next week or two also, once I get this squared away with Carissa and the whole new email, I'm going to do a navigation video. And it's going to be, if you are newer to me, this will help you immensely. If you're not newer to me, it will also be a great thing to look at because you're like, oh, maybe I didn't know that. Or, oh, that's where that is. I was looking for that the other day and I couldn't find it. Like that kind of stuff. I'm going to do a walkthrough on where to find the calendar, where you can find things, and also about how to register for classes, everything in a nutshell. And I plan to do that in the next probably week. I want to try to do that so I leave for Florida next week. Thursday, I'm going to be meeting with 8 of my gals that are in my Florida Be Happy Stampers and extended community down in Venice when I go down there. And so I leave next week, Friday or Thursday. I can't remember which date it is, but I plan to do that navigate video beforehand. And that'll be just something good to have as a resource. I'll keep it as a featured video in my Facebook page. I will also probably include that link in every email that I send so that you guys have easy access to find that kind of stuff. Kind of like, what's the class card challenge? What's the monthly creative challenges? Where's my VIP group? All that kind of stuff. And all, if you're on the team, where do you access stuff? So watch for that. And then around when I do that is when we're going to transition the emails over to just the class sign up email to the enroll. Hi, Barbara Godby. Hi, Sharon Groves. Hi, Tony Shaw. Hi, Jamie Kirkpatrick. Great idea. Sometimes we need to admit we need help with things. I also have issues with releasing control over things. That makes my heart pound really fast, actually, Jamie Kirkpatrick. And it is so true. It is hard releasing control of things. I learned it was really hard to do that with kitting. I was involved. I would help kit, right? And at some point I just had to be like, okay, these girls got it. And I had to accept the fact that if something was missing from a kit, I just had to say to you guys, I will make it right. Like, we're 99.9% spot on with kitting, but it happens. It happens. They will say that if they're talking with each other and they look up to look at each other while they are talking and then they go back down, they miss it and they'll find it on the way back, right? When they have one left over. But it's so easy to get distracted. And so it's hard but I've learned just go with the flow, right? It may create a little work on the back end if we forget something with the fun folds, but we hadn't shipped out almost all the kits yet. So we were able to fix that very easily. So yes, but Jamie, that's what it is. It's if you want to grow and you want to focus your energy on other things that are important as well, you have to be able to let others help you. And this is a great way. Carissa is excited to help me. So yes, Doris said it's a great thing. Hi, Catherine Healy. I am upstairs. Yay. Yes, Mary Lemke, I will post the new email. I said it out loud here for you guys because you heard me talk about it. So you know that we're in the transition period. So it is, again, it's cbcenroll@gmail.com. And so if anybody knows already, oh, I would like to sign up for this class, and maybe in February I want to take these classes, it's always best to send one email versus sending 3 or 4 separate emails. I'll tell you that. I've learned that. But if you're like, yeah, I want to get signed up for this class, try it. Chris is not going to reply to you, though, until she's gone through it with me to make sure that we've got it straightened out, that she knows the whole... I'm trying to get my head into her head with that part of my life. So, yeah, but we will. Again, exactly. And yes, Donna Grushke, I will absolutely include the Inspiration Hive. And if anybody is very near and dear to me and knows a lot of what I do on a regular basis, you could help me out. I have a task for somebody. Linda said her favorite color is purple. Yay, we're purple sisters here. Hi, Susan, I need a new email. I need email to order February classes. Yes, Susan, you could definitely, if you want to practice, send your February list to Carissa, to cbcenroll@gmail.com. So, Donna Grushke, this would be great for you potentially, or anybody else that feels like you could help me with a starting point. I want to make sure I get everything in that navigation video. I've started to mentally prepare a list, but it's not in writing, and I don't want to miss anything, and I need to have things in writing. If somebody wants to help me out, you could start a list. and send it to me via email or send it to me in a text. Email is always better because then I can print it out really easy. If you text me, then I got to copy the verbiage, email it to myself, and then go to print it. Where if you just email it to me, I can pull it right up in my email and print it. But if somebody wants to take it upon themselves, and you can volunteer now so that like not 5, 10, or 15 people are doing it, you could go through and make a list of all the things that you would love to see in this navigation video for me so I don't miss anything. And that would be awesome. Yeah. So if Donna, you want to help me with that, or anybody else, make a list and I will add to it probably, because there's probably more things in it that I know that need to go in it. But if I have a great starting point, then there might be 20 things in this navigation video. All right. Oh, Jamie said, if you need help, reach out. Yes. So Jamie, if you have a feeling that you could make a list for me of everything that potentially could be in there, from the Be Happy Stampers all the way to signing up for classes, to the Facebook posts, the VIP group, like those are just some of the things that I'm just rambling off. The calendars, the resources, past classes, all that good stuff. You should also consider Google Sheets for class. Okay, so it's so funny that you brought that up, Jamie, about using Google Sheets and having an electronic version for my book, my purple book or my yellow book or whatever color it is. It makes me like a little bit nervous, even thinking about not having my paper book. I've had that paper, different sheets since 2016 when I started doing classes. And I get it. It's very easy to have access to that. My end goal was really thinking in my head, how could you guys have a way to see when you're signed up that you could say, you could do a cross check that, oh, I am on the list or I'm not on the list. That might come in the future, but I am not. Like I was talking to Chris about it. When you guys send me payment and I have to go log a payment somewhere, I open up my book. I go right to that class and I have your name there and I write the payment. I can't even imagine trying to do that from a phone or my computer, because I take that book with me everywhere I go. And so if I go out to my mom and dad's for something, I'll take the envelopes or letters I get and I'll go work there. And I could go somewhere where there isn't internet and I can still do sign up. So I'm not there. Like, I talked to Chris about it too, and she said she would be the same way. I talked to Jean Turwelig about it. She's like, you need to be in a Google Sheets or you need to be in a more automated process. And I'll get there. I'll get there at some point, but I don't think I'm quite ready to do that yet. Hi, Trudy. And okay, so that's a little bit about that. And I know it's already 1:40 and we haven't started class, but trust me, the card, when we get to it, it won't take us very long. I want to go through a few more things. So I am super excited. I can share the catalog with you guys now. I've got some piles here. So I do have the catalog here, so we can actually share this. We are working on the spring mini catalog for about a week now. A week today, I think it launched. There's one thing that they did launch last week, Tuesday. It is called a scrapbooking brochure. And I get it. If we're card makers, we don't always see that there's scrapbooking stuff. And in the scrapbooking stuff, there could be more pretty papers and more stamp sets. And so I just want you to be aware. There's a new set in there. I had to show this to you guys. I have to do what works for you. Thanks. Yes, baby steps. Debbie Gass. It is so true. Baby steps. One thing at a time. And so I was super excited because we are the Be Happy Stampers, and there's a new bee-inspired set in here with these awesome hexagon dies. So in case you love bee stuff, this does correlate to the one that was in the catalog last year that was called Be My Valentine. And this is in here with a new set of designer series papers and sticker sheets that go with it. And instead of it being red based, it's more petunia pop and pink based. So I just wanted you guys to be aware that this is out here. You may have missed that. It's very important. One of the things that you could do, and this is something that if somebody's making a list for me of what I would put in my navigation video, where to find new products on Stampin' Up's website, I believe, newspaper records and electronics can be crashed if it doesn't. Yes, exactly. Okay, so just so you guys know, there is a spot where if you're not certain where everything is, okay, let me preface. There's an annual catalog, there's a mini catalog, there's a scrapbooking brochure, and then there are online exclusives. There are 4 spots for you to find things. And if I'm having a problem finding things, then I'm gonna guess that you guys aren't seeing everything and don't know where to look for it. So one of the things that, if you're not certain where to go to look for the new things, when you go to Stampin' Up's website and you click on for me on my phone, they call this the hamburger because it's flat like a hamburger, I guess. But when you click on the hamburger, it comes up with a menu, like you're at the restaurant. Yep. So what's new? And here they have new arrivals, the mini catalog, and the scrapbooking brochure. So they don't even have the annual catalog in here because that's not new anymore. But when you click shop all, that's when you can find, and you can filter it by newest, right? I believe that you can shop by price, you can shop by unavailable or available, but this is where you can filter and sort. Oh, here it is, by sort, and you can click newest. And this is in numerical order, I believe by item number, and newer item numbers will come up first. So this is where you'll find Cute as Can Be, Wildflower Celebrations, the scrapbooking stuff all seems to be showing first. And then it goes down into kits, and it also has, you can filter it too on 90 per page if you want. And that is what on my computer, I always sort it to 90 per page. So that is something that I would encourage you guys to look for, going through what's new on the computer. And you're saying, well, I like to look at a catalog. I get it. And it hit me right before Christmas when Diane and I were trying to design for a class, and we needed a specific die that was so big, and it was this shape, whatever it was, but it's like, where do you go to see all of the dies? They're not shown in the back of the catalog, the annual catalog. They're not shown in the back of any catalog anymore, right? It's very hard to design cards for you guys not knowing what's out there. So it came to me that so Kelly's phenomenal. If you guys watch Kelly, you know she's come like full circle from when, if you were watching her a year ago, last year she was at a low point in her life, and she said that she was doing lives for me and she was numb because of what she was going through with her family life. And I knew things were up, but I didn't know how crazy they were. And she has completely taken control of her life and is now becoming the best person she can be. And she has just, since September now, has been 110% there for me and just present and helping me do everything that I need to give you guys great stuff. And one of the things, that was a backstory. So now to preface, fast forward here, is the week before Christmas, and all through the house, Chris and Diane are trying to design cards feverishly for you for January, and we're like stuck and can't find dies, and we're wasting our time designing because we don't know where stuff is. And I was like, oh, I need an online exclusives catalog. I just need it. I need to have paper. I need to look at something while I'm sitting here. I'm not going to pull up my phone and design. And I think we've talked about this a time or two in the past, like on a low scale, but like it's to the point where it culminated that it was like a pimple and it festered, and I got like upset that I don't have something to look at for designing. So I called Kelly. I said, Kelly, what can we do? Can we make a catalog? And she's like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So that's how this has started. So she was going to start to, and she's going to start to work on an online exclusives catalog for me. So then you guys would have 4 catalogs to look at, right? Who wants 4 catalogs to look at? It's great to have online exclusives in paper, but we were going to make the Mac Daddy for you guys of catalogs. And so this is going to kind of be your shopping guide. I got to tell you what we're going to name it. Okay, wait for it. We were trying to think a name because this is going to be for, anybody can take this catalog and use it. It's not going to be just, I'm not selling it. I'm just making it available. I'm using it though for me, my community, and my team, for us to get the most benefit from. And so we are going to call it, and we're going to call it the Beekeepers Bible, okay? Because everything Stampin' Up! Makes and sells that is in the online store, which is the culmination of all 4 categories, is going to be in this document. So it's going to be your one-stop shop for you to find and look at. Find things and look at them. It's going to have all the dies, all the embossing folders, all the punches, all the ribbons, all the gems for all across all 4 platforms of products. And so we're calling it the Beekeepers Bible. It's going to be branded as our bee themed stuff because we're making it. And it's going to have some information about me, who your demonstrator is. It's going to be a shopping guide for you. And this is just the rough layout. It's going to have an index on the front, and it was originally going to be only online exclusives, but now we decided we're going to bring the annual catalog in here, the mini, and the scrapbooking brochure. And the thing that is most important to us by far are the color collections. Stampin' Up! Is known for its color coordination. And that to me shouldn't be the last page in a book. It should be the first page in a book. And so the first thing that you're gonna find in the table of contents is gonna be called For All the Bees or something. We've got a name for the table of contents and we have a name for the index. The index is gonna be called, I can't remember. It's bee themed though, you guys. This is all gonna be bee themed. The colony. The index is gonna be called the colony because the colony is all encompassing everything, right? And for all the, I can't remember what we called the table of contents, but we're gonna start off with color collections first. So it's gonna have all the core stuff. And all she's gonna be doing is copying and pasting all the pictures from the internet and pasting them. And so we're gonna start off with color collections, and then we're gonna go to suite collections, and then we're gonna go to bundles, stamps, dies, punches, embossing folders, and then probably like ribbons, embellishments, adhesives, tools, kits, workshop kits. We're gonna have Paper Pumpkin is gonna have its own page because I can't remember all the Paper Pumpkin codes off the top of my head when somebody's in class and needs to order them. So I'm always on my phone trying to find it in the middle of class. I could just open up this book now and it'll have all those codes. There's gonna be a miscellaneous section, and there's also gonna be maybe one or two more ad hoc sections that I don't know what they're called, but we made notes of them. So the whole hive, right? The whole hive, Debbie guessed that. Debbie, you should message, if you've got Kelly's email address, you could send that to her or text that to me so I don't forget the whole hive. I might forget that, but the whole hive is awesome. That could be the index, or that could be the table of contents too. I like that. So just in a nutshell, she made a rough draft for me, just so you guys can see kind of how, like, we've got the cover, and you guys, I don't know how many pages it's going to be, but we're going to have suites are going to be a half a page or a full page, depending on if it's a super suite or not. But I think she's got them set up to be that. She's going to have bundles like this, where it's going to be the bundle, and then it'll have the stamps and the dies, or it'll have the stamps and the punch, right? And so she'll have pages worth of bundles. It'll have in here where it was released. So this was released in January 2025. And it's got bundles. You save 10%. And then she's got stamp sets are going to be in here. Dies in here. They're going to be, I believe, 9 up. And then we're going to have ribbon embellishments, might be 16 up. But that's basically what we're going to do. And then we had to take the legal jargon at the end and we just put it in here. So that in a nutshell. I don't know how many pages it's going to be because it just depends on how many products they really do have going on in their online store. But for those that want an economical way to print this, we were just talking about it yesterday. You could go to your local library. If you print it in black and white, it's 5 cents a copy for here in Fond du Lac, and it's 12 or 10 cents for a page. So for, let's say it's 100 pages, it might cost you $12, but you have everything. You could put it in page protectors. You could 3-ring bind it. You could bind it at like a local Minuteman Press or a Printing Express. You could have them bind it, like, and coil it and wrap it. So, okay, so there's that. Okay, I see a question. What about the last chance retired items? I'm so confused with Stampin' Up's better way of doing things. And then I love the pictures and the dies. I would take them, cut them out, and glue the picture on the front. Yes! Yeah, and you guys, exactly. When you're done with this, you could always cut this apart and do the same thing, Donna. And then, hi, Glenda from Puerto Rico. Yay! And, okay, so back to Mimi's question. So what she's going to do, she's going to take everything that's currently in the online store. Now, we had to start at a starting point, which is now. And she's basically taking online exclusives. She's taking the catalogs, anything that's current. I honestly don't know if we're going to have a section in here for last chance, because tomorrow they could be gone. They could be gone in 2 days. They could be gone in 4 days. At the moment, I don't think we're going to pull last chance things. So last chance, they just changed this. So there are no longer going to be the clearance rack days are gone, meaning that they used to have stuff in the clearance rack. They would refresh the clearance rack 4 to 5 times a year. And when it was gone, it was gone. What they're doing now is it's in an online store, or it's all, so like, stop. So it's all in the online store. But when they decide that they're not going to continue something, and when the inventory is going to be gone, it's gone, like they're not bringing it back, they code it as last chance. And that could go away tomorrow. It could go away a year from now. It just depends on how fast they deplete the inventory. And at some points too, depending on how much inventory they have, they are going to reduce the price potentially. I don't think I'm going to have Kelly go grab anything that is currently coded as last chance to put in this book. But let me talk about that, because fast forward. Every other month, Stampin' Up! Is adding new products to their online store. In January, there's a new catalog and online exclusives. In March, there's going to be online exclusives. In May, there's an annual catalog and online exclusives. In July, there's going to be online exclusives. In September, there's a new mini catalog, the holiday catalog, and online exclusives. In November, there's online exclusives. So what happens is there's 3 new catalog launches every year, a mini, an annual, and a mini. And they are every 4 months, right? So January, May, and September. Online exclusives are now every other month, right? So every other month starting in January. So everything that's currently available that is not last chance is what our goal is to put in this book. So come March, there's going to be new online exclusives, okay? And there will be things that there are no longer be available, all right? I would like to think that, I guess I don't know how, so what's going to happen is about a week or so before, or whenever we are notified that there are new online exclusives and when Kelly can get the pictures, she's going to task it upon herself. Okay, let's pull those new things and we're going to add them at the back end of the book here. And you guys, this will be a working, living document. I get it. You're going to want to print it, right? I'm going to print it. I'm going to choose to print it 6 times a year, right? Because I want to have the most up-to-date copy of it, and I'm okay with that. But you might be thinking, well, how often should I print it, right? You don't want to spend $12 every other month to print a catalog. That's fine. You might choose to print this when the catalogs launch. You might choose to print it in January, May, and September, right? So then you have everything all encompassing. And what will happen is she's going to pull in anything that's new, and anything that is no longer available will be taken out. So let's say that embossing folder, the plaid tidings, whatever, I can't remember the name, the plaid one. I don't remember if it carried over or not, but let's pretend it's a last chance item. Let's say that something is current as of in the book right now, and for some reason they're not going to continue it going forward. Like what happened with those snowflake embellishments, right? They were launched and they went out of stock maybe in 2 months, and we knew that. She will take out anything that she already knows that doesn't need to be in there. So ultimately this will be what is current as of the time that the new product launches on the whatever day that it launches. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So, all right, this is awesome. I started a similar notebook with my sets because of the same frustration. Whole ball of wax, beeswax, that is. I love this whole idea. Great. Okay, I'm so happy. What Kelly is doing is amazing. Oh yeah, you guys, and she's so excited. We're gonna talk tonight, and yeah, it would be a nightmare to do last chance. So yeah, so we're not gonna pull in the current last chance or retired stuff. This will have everything that is marked as currently active, and then come to the next one, it'll be things that are currently active. If they happen to have gotten moved to the last chance, she's still gonna keep them in there. The only time she'll move them out of this document is when they become no longer available. So let's say it's still even on low inventory. We might just keep it in. You guys, again, we're doing this as a service, and not to cause frustration that, oh man, she's got a product in there and it's not supposed to be in there. Well, just let us know. We'll take it out for the next reiteration. I don't plan to make changes to this document, but 6 times a year. Kelly has other things to focus on, but I mean, we just got to get this out there though. Your Bible is awesome. That's so much work for you guys. So yeah, so she's been working at Dillingy. I'm so excited to announce that the goal is to have the enrollment thing established with Carissa and to have the Bible established, the Beekeepers Bible, available in the resources link on my store, or not my store, my website. Sorry, I meant to say my website because this is not a thing that you can purchase. It is for free. It is a courtesy that we're going to provide. So I want this to be available before I do my navigation video, okay? Perfect. So that's another big chunk of information that you guys may not have heard. So, all right, so good. Now, I just also want to share with you that the schedule is always out there in my the resources section of my website. It's called the schedule. And then this is the encompassing document, especially for those that are new. And oh my goodness, you guys, I feel bad. Bonnie L'Esperance, she gifted me my calendar. I left it downstairs, and I'm not going to go run and get it. She gifted me. She went and got it printed and then she went and had it coil bound for me. So this will be great, you guys. If you guys plan to get yourself a binder or some sort of like a 1/2 inch binder, maybe a 3/4 inch binder, you'll be able to keep all of your stuff together in one spot. And it would include like this, my calendar. It'll include the Beekeepers Bible, all that stuff in one spot. Okay. I wanted to share with you guys too that I have a DSP sampler. I have 2 left 2 scoops. I have 2 left of the holiday mini, which included these papers. You guys, just two lonely little soldiers that are available. If somebody is interested, this one was $26 for the holiday mini, and this now got into the online exclusives ones. I ran out of the online exclusives about a week before Christmas, so I don't have any of that one, but I have 30 left of the new one that starts here with beautiful bokeh. So this is everything that it does not have the bee paper that is new, or that new other one that's in the scrapbooking brochure. I'm going to say this because I think you guys can relate. I'm generally a card maker, so I never even opened that scrapbooking brochure until maybe 3 days ago. I think Friday or Thursday of last week. And actually Gina did a presentation for the Escape on the scrapbooking brochure. I hadn't looked at it prior to that. So I wasn't even on the radar that there were 2 papers in there. And plus we couldn't even order them until Tuesday of last week. So we did not include the 2 new papers that are in the scrapbooking brochure in this sampler. Those will get pulled in to the next sampler that we do. So we're doing 3 samplers a year, not 4. We cut out the online exclusive sampler, and what we're doing is we're building the online exclusives designer papers and scrapbooking stuff into basically the main catalogs that we do. So we're going to do a spring mini sampler, we do an annual sampler, and we do a holiday mini sampler. And whatever is introduced in the online world or the scrapbooking world at the same time is when those will get into it. And again, it wasn't on my radar. I'm going to say it because I don't get into scrapbooking as much as I know Gina does. But so that's a great thing about Gina doing scrapbooking on my YouTube channel for you guys that love scrapbooking. You get your fix. So this is available. I have 30 left. This features the spring mini catalog, and it features the specialty papers that are mini and online exclusives. It features online exclusives. You have your mixed media floral, you have your everyday skies, and then you have, in this one, it includes sale-a-bration because that was launched at the same time. So this sampler is $27 plus shipping, and a lot of you just got yours mailed out in your boxes yesterday with the Escape. So that was perfect. Okay, so are you guys still doing okay? Are you okay hearing announcements instead of versus going into a card? Because I could take a break, make the card, and come back and do more announcements. Whatever makes you guys the happiest, I'm okay with it. So I do want to share with you, I have Happy Mail. I'll save the Happy Mail for the end. I've got piles of Happy Mail. I also have the Cards by Christine. That's another one for if anybody's keeping track of my where to find things. I do a Cards by Christine customer swap. So that would be part of the navigation video. I do have that there. I do want to share, I have a couple of gals new to this month of January and going forward. I have 2 gals that are doing kitted classes that are offering card kits. And I know Georgine is working. Oh, that's another one. So I was going to say, Georgine was here over the weekend, Georgine Darbro. Her YouTube platform or channel is called 2 Long Dogs and a Stamper. And she's starting to try to do the online experience for you, sharing her love and creativity. And she can't go live until she has, I think it's like 50 on YouTube and maybe 100 on Facebook. But if you want to help a fellow stamper out to get her ducks in a row and get her logistics figured out with being able to go live, she's under it's the number 2, not the word 2 Long Dogs and a Stamper. And she was here and we got 4 or 5 people, hopefully, I think it was 4 people to sign up to her or subscribe to her Facebook or YouTube. So if you want to help a fellow stamper out, just go subscribe to her channel, and we're trying to help her to get to be able to go live. And then on the home front here, I have Julie Bierschbach, who is going to be teaching her first ever class in person downstairs in the Hive. And I have her 3 cards right here that I can share with you. And see, there are these 3. So it's super exciting. She's going to be teaching her classes here. She's also doing some out of her home. And starting in June, after she's done with the school year, she's going to be doing a YouTube Live for you guys on my channel. And I know Sandy Koyemery, Doris Munson, you already reached out to her. Your card kits were already mailed to you. So you guys, just so you know, this is what Julie Bierschbach is offering for card classes. And then the most recent thing that came to my attention, I'm so excited, I have been mentioning Carissa's name, and Carissa is going to start doing her own classes as well once a month, and she's going to do 4 cards, and she's going to have them kitted up, and she's figuring out all of her logistics in terms of if it's going to be a live or if it's going to be just a tutorial. It's not just a tutorial, because a tutorial is the meat and potatoes of doing like an online class, because you have paper that you can look at with instructions and pictures. So she's Lakeshore Stampin' with Carissa, and she is doing 4 otter cards. And I just want to share this with you because I have told everybody on my team that I am more than willing to help them grow and support them in any way that I possibly can. And so I love sharing my team with you guys, because I know there are a few of you out there that may love these cards. And Jenna Helms was another one. Gina's another one. You guys have choices out there, and I want you guys to know that my team members make amazingly awesome cards, and they could be a choice for you too, where you could get kitted cards from. So she's got Adorable Otters class. And so she's going to run it very similar, where all your die cutting, embossing is done. And so this one's super cute. This is the designer paper. So on this one, you would just need to have a stamp for the inside and the outside. And it's a cool little fun fold. And then this one is her second card. And that's her inside. I mean, it helps to have the otter set if you want to stamp your inside focal images, but you wouldn't need to. And she'll provide all the ribbon and the gems, part of your kits, kind of like I do. She's going to come up very similar. And this one too is designer paper. And then here's a little pocket card that she made and has a little otter at the bottom. So there you go. So she's Lakeshore Stampin' with Carissa. If you are inspired by this and want to get any of her kits, you guys, you never hurt my feelings by supporting anybody on my team. And honestly, you just never, you never hurt my feelings about, like, you guys, we all can pick and choose what we spend our money on. I'm pleased and honored when you pick me or you pick somebody on my team. But I love it when you guys get kits in general and make cards, right? That's what it's all about. All right, so I did want to just share that with you guys so you can see what's coming up for those gals. Now, you'll have to tell me, do you want me to go through Happy Mail? I think I'll do Happy Mail at the end, and I will also go through my card classes at the end. We'll make our card. It's 2 o'clock. We've been chatting a lot. Let's design and make a card. Debbie Stone, I don't know if you are, she's calling. I'll call you back. I don't know if she's watching the live or not, but I'll call her back. So we're going to go through for my classes, you guys. I have everything available. Nothing has sold out for January. So just in case you think you're late to the game and you're like, oh man, does she have anything left? I have it all. The only thing that I'm getting a little bit low on would be the ink, paper, scissors, delightful floral class. I think I'm down to 7 to 10 of those out of 96, okay? So if that's one that you were thinking about, let me know sooner rather than later. But otherwise, everything else is available, and I'll go through that at the end. All right, so let's go for it. Let's get creative with it. And I was thinking in my head, if Angelique was watching, it would be like, let's get jiggy with it, but let's get creative with it. All right, I have in front of me 2 pieces of white cardstock, and I have a recipe card in front of me. So she's got white cardstock, white cardstock, white cardstock, a lot of white cardstock. So I think you could always, if white cardstock looks boring to you, you could always change this up. Think about the sizing of the paper, think about the measurements, and then think, well, maybe I'd rather have my card base be a color, and then maybe I'd have a white mat in the inside. So you guys, it's flexible. There's a Facebook event for this class, there's a website event on my website, and I emailed about this class last night. In all 3 of those areas, you can find this recipe card, and it is photographed like this, and you can see the front and the back in the picture that I sent you. This comes to us from Millie Kindle, and I think I missed Millie. I think I was supposed to build her into it a couple months ago, and I messed up, but we got her today, so that's what's important. Hi, Rosie Prouty. How are you doing, my friend? Oh my goodness, you're in the thick of it out there, I think. We have a white cardstock base that is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored on the 4 1/4 on the long. It's scored at 4 1/4 on the long side. Okay, so whenever I'm working with white for a base, I always use thick, and I know you guys can't see a difference in these. Really, I don't think you can. But my thin white is on this side, and my thick white is on this side, and I can just barely see the difference. So it says here that we want 8.5 by 5.5. So let's just cut this. So most traditional card bases are 8.5 by 5.5, or they are 11 by 4 1/4. And we call this one, like when I do a card like this, I call it a hamburger style because it's short and fatter like a hamburger. Where when you cut your paper at 4 1/4 on the short edge here, I call that a hot dog style. And I'm sure, like, that's for me for 20 years. I don't know whoever came up with that way back in the day, but I call that a hot dog style. So now that we have our 8.5 by 5.5, what we're going to do is we're going to score at 4 1/4. So when you score at 4 1/4, you want to make sure you use the right blade. Don't use the blade that cuts, otherwise you're going to have a catastrophe. All right, so the other thing, I just thought of something. If there's anybody out there that is keeping track of a list for me, I thought of the onstage groups. For onstage, every year Stampin' Up! Does onstage. I'm in the lead of a onstage group on Facebook that I manage. And so that could be added to that as well, to the list, so that I can show people where that group is. And I change the name of it every time there's a different onstage. And I just thought of it because I was thinking that now that the escape is done, the Winter Creative Escape is done, I have 12 spots left out of 120 in case anybody was still on the fence with getting the event from me. I think it's worth every penny. People that did the event with me over the weekend that are watching, they might agree. I think they would be. And so I have 12 left in case anybody's interested. And now that focus is done, now I can shift gears and start focusing on Raleigh because our trip to Raleigh for onstage is coming up. And so just know if you're part of my group for Raleigh, that communication will be coming very soon. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled program. That was an advertisement from from the provider. So we are scoring at 4 1/4. And just remember, my blade is the light one. So they always say dark is death for cutting. So my darker one is the one that cuts. All right. Then it says we need 2 pieces of white cardstock that are 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to use my regular white cardstock for that. Yes, we are thinking of you, Rosie. Definitely, we want you to be safe out there. I haven't heard if things have gotten any better, if they're containing anything. I haven't been in the news for probably the last couple of days, so I just know that there's it's not good out there. That is what I know. So you're cutting these at 5 1/4 by 4, and it does say to do 2 of them. Now, here's a little tip for you guys. So I just cut the paper like this, which it has a factory edge on this side and a factory edge on this side. So this is my cut edge. When I go to cut my next piece, I like to personally keep the factory edge because it's pretty straight. So I will flip this around and put the factory edge at the 4, and I will cut off the cut edge, right? So it's keeping it that both the cut edges on this scrap are cut edges, and I might save this for my sentiment actually because it might be the perfect size. So we have 2 here that are 4 by 5 1/4. Now it's saying we need another piece. We need a piece that is 3 by 4. And you guys, this was so enlightening here. I am so excited that I usually have to go in my drawer. If you see me, I always reach over to my drawer. I actually have, this is how my scraps of white are. This is where my white and vanilla scraps go. And I literally went, whoop, I reached over and I grabbed a scrap, which was super cool. And that was fun. So I decided, I think what I'm going to do, so that was not this, like, that didn't really sound right. I said, I think what I decided to do. So what I have decided to do, I plan to do Share, Create, Inspire up here. I plan to do Mystery Card Night classes up here. And I know Kelly's going to do the pumpkins and the kit classes up here. So you guys are going to get a mixture. Some classes will be up here and some will be downstairs. So it just depends on what we have going on in the hive. For me personally, this is where I have everything up here, except for stamp sets and dies. I generally keep those downstairs, but I have my ribbons up here, my embossing folders. If you guys remember in the past when I've been doing a class like this, I think, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this because it's upstairs. That should hopefully be avoided by doing Share, Create, Inspire up here and Mystery Card up here. So yay. Okay, back on track. So we have, this one needs to be a 3 by 4. So let's cut that at a 3 by 4. And that's that piece. So then it says we need an embossing folder for the background. Okay, so this is what I was saying, you guys. There's a lot of white action here. There's a white card base, there are 2 white mats, and there's a white mat here. Then she says we need to have a focal image to fit on the 3 by 4, but not the whole size. So I went scouring through some current stamp sets that just launched actually, and I found Memorable Blooms. And I thought to myself, oh, well that's pretty. So I took it and I set it in here just to make sure that it would fit. And I thought, oh, well, that will fit. Now it's designating my card that it will be a vertical card. She may have hers as a horizontal card. So add and Mary got you. Are your kittens up there with you? No, Mary Jean Keeper. I haven't seen them. They're snoozing. I'm sure they're snoozing somewhere downstairs. And I thought that they would find their way up here. I left the door open for them, and we'll have to see if they you guys, the kittens have free reign of the entire house. So they're probably snuggled up on a chair somewhere in the she shed, actually, because that's one of their favorite spots. Okay, we need a small image, and the small image that I can do is this guy right here. And I'm thinking that will be for my inside. And then it says we need a sentiment. And I thought to myself, well, I read ahead a little bit, and it said that we were going to stamp the sentiment directly on here, but that's where I pulled off this 1/2 inch piece. I thought I might just stamp my sentiment across the front like this. And if that's the case, I would use this one right here. Oh, no, I like this one better. We can change our minds. We're card makers and crafters. So I like love and thanks. And that would fit on here. Now, this little skinny strip isn't listed on her measurements, but again, we can do these cards however we want. This is just a starting point for you to make a pretty card. You're going to need gems, glue, embossing machine. For gems and glue, you guys, I brought my caddy. I went and got a caddy. So I have these available. These are the caddies. I went and made a caddy up for myself that I have right here that's never going to leave. Kelly was carrying the one up from downstairs, and so I have this. I stocked it. Look at this, locked and loaded, ready to go. 4 sheets. That's what fits in this original one. 4 sheets fit in here. We've redesigned this slightly since, so there's a little more room, but I got a new one up here for me. I love it. Well, it's the old style, but it's new to me. So, all right, so we've got all of our glues and a ribbon, about 4 inches. So I grabbed a couple different ribbons. I grabbed that peacock and gold and the new petal pink. The embossing folder I grabbed was this Starstruck one. That is, that, I don't know if you can even see, there it is. Maybe you can see that. It's the Starstruck one that is a sale-a-bration item. I thought, you know what, let's use it. It may be a little busy with it, but we'll go with it. And then dimensional tear and tape and ink. And I grabbed for ink, I grabbed the peacock because I thought the peacock would look great. And then what we'll do is we are going to use blends. You guys don't see me use blends a lot, but I brought out some blends to do some coloring, and we'll go from there. So it says fold the card base. So we got everything cut. Let's get this guy out of the way. Moving, please. So there's no designer paper, which you could easily add. Again, if you guys want to do anything different on this card, you can always change it up. So it says fold the card base on the score line. So let's grab our card base and on the score line, fold it. And as you're folding it, I still like to line up my corners so that they are matched up good. And we can grab our bone folder then and burnish the edge here. So now, is the card going vertical or horizontal? I think at this moment it could go either way, and it ultimately depends on your stamp that you're going to be stamping. Use one of the 5 1/4 by 4 cardstock and put it in the embossing folder and run through the machine. So we are going to grab one of those, and you guys can even watch me do this now. Watch, I can go like this and look at. So you can see right over here. I'll go. See, I got the old style Big Shot. I don't have the new machine up here, the stamp and cut and emboss machine. So I can come over here, and I have it set up that this is a regular size folder, so it needs 2 plates. So it's gonna need the 2 clear plates. I think, oh yeah, you can see me, look at that. All right, so we put a clear plate down, and then put a clear plate on the top. Make sure your embossing folder is in there straight, and we can run that through. See, you guys, turn around, you can watch me hide. Gotta pop in my seat. So I haven't quite gotten accustomed to the whole height of this all, but there we go. So now you got that. Okay, cool beans, you got to watch that process. So this is one of the thinner embossing folders. So you need a clear plate on the top and the bottom, where some of them are 3D, and you just use one adapter plate or specialty plate. So this is what this looks like. It looks kind of cool. It's like little flowers. All right, and then what we can do here is flip this over, and it says glue this cardstock to the card base. So that's what we'll do next. This is a great distraction. Love the recipe. Create a card. Good. Okay. So speaking of that, I know I'm lots of squirrels, you guys. I only have one left of these, I believe. I have one recipe card lined up for next month. It's actually Sandy Coy Emery's card. We just did one last month, but she had sent me a couple of them. So if anybody wants to get the recipe card, a blank, I want it on a blank. So we taped Millie's onto my recipe card, but if anybody wants a blank recipe card, just send you have to register. Go to the event on my website for today. And one of the first things is click here to be taken to the Google registration form. And when I see people register for the class to get a recipe card, I mail it to you. Then you write it out and then you'll send me a card. Okay, so anybody can send me a recipe card, right? And so what it says here is glue the cardstock. Glue the cardstock to the base. It's a brand new glue, you guys. I just opened it up. It feels so amazing to use some things that are freshly opened. All right. And Mary, okay, so Debbie guessed. You're gonna have to tell me, you said and Mary gun too. So I wasn't sure what that was referring to. I don't know if I missed something. So, all right. Using the 3x4 cardstock, stamp your focal image in Memento ink on the cardstock and add your sentiment for the front in Memento ink. All right, so I'm super excited because not only do I have my white paper next to me, but look at this, I have my blocks here too. So that's super cool. So I have them right next to me. And that one needs to use this E block. And then we need a block for this guy. And then we need a block for this one. So when I'm down in the hive, I have all my blocks up on top of my ink color stacks. All right, so I don't know if you guys saw, we're using Memorable Blooms. What's super cool about this stamp set is these dies that cut out the frame. We did a card like this for the Winter Creative Escape. It was so pretty. And this uses, I'm using, it says Memento ink, but this is where you guys can do your own thing if you want. I decided I want to use the Pretty Peacock, and we're going to stamp this flower right in the middle here. So this is a red rubber stamp, and it has the foam cushioning underneath here to help. So sometimes when it's photopolymer, I like to add a piercing mat, which I should get I don't have a piercing mat up here. So this is kind of new, right? So my dad's first cousin who helped install the cabinets and the countertops, he's a carpenter, and he's actually going to build me a drawer for underneath, right underneath here. He's going to build me a drawer like I have downstairs, and it's going to have the piercing mat on it. Okay, so really pretty here. So that stamped it really nice and clean and crisp. Now, as long as I have my ink open, I think there is, it says here, add your sentiment to the front of with Memento ink. So it's very possible that Millie stamped a sentiment along the bottom here, right on the card, or she could have, if she has a horizontal card, she could have stamped it right here. Now, I decided that because I want to take advantage of this flower, and I always envision little sentiment strips across the front like this. So I've decided I'm not going to stamp my sentiment. I'm deviating. I'm going to stamp my sentiment on this little strip, which was actually a scrap. Debbie said, when you do her show, don't you have to run upstairs? Oh, Debbie, I didn't even think about that. You are spot on. I do. I take about 10 to 15 minutes and I run up here and I grab things. Oh, that's so straight. I love it. Oh, that was a guess, you guys. I was just kind of eyeballing it. Okay, love and thanks. Perfect. So you are correct, Debbie. I will do mystery cards from up here. I love it. Okay, hi, Mary Ellen Ryan. So use the second 5 1/4 by 4 cardstock and stamp your inside sentiment toward the top and a small image on the bottom using Memento ink. Again, I'm deviating and I'm using Peacock ink. And what we're going to do is ink up this little guy. And my card is vertical, so I'm going to stamp it this way. And there is it said to put a sentiment. So it says love and thanks. And this is perfect. I appreciate your thoughtfulness. So what we're going to do is grab that guy. And we'll put him on a block. And I guess we'll use this one. Now, what are the odds that I get this one straight? Scratch paper. I do have scratch paper right here. Oh, I don't have scratch paper right there. Oh, I guess let's use the back of this. Okay. I find scratch paper. So one of the things that I like to do, if I have never used the stamp before, that love and thanks I had used before, so I guess, but I like to align on the back of a scrap paper and see if it looks like it'll stamp straight. No, that did. Generally, I would stamp my sentiment first in the inside for my card, and then I would do the focal image second, just in case I mess up the sentiment, then I could flip it over and I wouldn't have to restamp the focal image twice. But I'm good with that. Hi, Feline Maves coming in late from Eastern Oregon. I love it. Thanks for being with us today too. All right, so we've got stamping done. Now what I did is I grabbed some blends and colored pencils. Oh, I think colored pencils would be pretty, but the sad thing is that they don't, if there's one thing that anybody could do and help me out is everybody should put a suggestion box in, like, to Stampin' Up, that they should have colored pencils by the color families so that you could get what 4 or 5 sets of color. Like, I guess you'd have to have the in color separate. So I would love colored pencils, especially in peacock, because when you have peacock themed or peacock colored foliage, you have to grab your blender pen and dip into a block with ink on it, right? Unless you want to use your blends. And you can definitely use blends, but sometimes the blends are too dark. And so I would love to have colored pencils. And I know I need to do it too. I need to send the suggestion box a little note that says, I would love colored pencils. They used to have these watercolor crayons, I think is what they were called. I still have them all. They're from 15 years ago, you guys. I have a lot of stuff. I have a hard time. I'm a collector of fine stamping accessories. So there's a lot of coloring on this. I like using I'm using the light one because you will see the darker veins come through then. If you would pull the darker blend in and do your whole shading, you would cover up a little bit. So I'm just gonna gently swoosh in here and get these leaves colored. There is a slight alcohol-y smell to the markers if you have them. Okay, so you guys, somebody's got to be tasked with, when I start looking like I'm wrapping up, so this is one, that bigger leaf could be one where you could do some shading. You could take this dark and bring it out a little bit more. But it's such a small area though, it's kind of hard to get the shading. Okay, so when I look like I want to make sure I do a walkthrough and share with you guys. I feel like this leaf is behind here and these are leaves here. I want to do a walkthrough up here just to show you what I got going on. I haven't done one for a little while, so we're way overdue. I was waiting for the door to get put in, and now the door is put in. And it's a hot mess is what's happening. Now it's a hot mess, but having hot messes and piles everywhere doesn't seem to bother me. If you guys remember watching me a year ago. Oh, if you guys watch a video from last year after Christmas, the nook, so I call where I do my lives downstairs, I call that the nook. And that nook area got, when you think you're done, there's always one more. And in my case, there's a bunch more. I missed all the big ones. So last year at this time, the nook area got piled full of stuff. And it took until sometime in February when Jenna Helms came in and she took the bull by the horns and she unleashed her fury on my nook. She took absolutely everything out of the nook. It had been 4 years that I think since we moved in there, and it was there was a lot of stuff in there, and she pulled everything out and only certain things got to go back in. And she made me leave. She made me leave while she could take care of business. And it's good she did, because now I've been able to keep it pretty, I think since then I've kept it pretty in shape. It's one of those things that it's a very oh, there's one more yet. It's very overwhelming. If you guys are like me, it's very overwhelming when piles can start and piles can start, right? And after a point, there's no return. And it's just the piles keep going. And it's overwhelming to think, I have this mess, I got to clean it up. But once it's cleaned up, it's like I need to keep it clean. Keep it clean. That table's got to stay clean. Stay clean. Stay clean. So I've been working very, very hard at keeping the table downstairs clean for us so that we can eat on the dining room table. So I'm going to make you guys, I love me my purple. So I'm definitely going to do these flowers in the purple, and I'm going to do the other little ones in the pink. Well, the smaller ones. I guess I'm going to do a varietal. And this one, I think I'll do one pink and one purple. So no rhyme or reason to this, except for I just make a blobby circle in the middle with the darker blend. And these, if you're wondering, this is dark Highland Heather. And then now I've got light Highland Heather. And the trick now is I go over the top. I am not a resident expert in blending. Gina is really amazing at blending. If you want some coloring 101, I believe this morning she did her technique class. She did coloring. When she was all done, she called me and said, she's like, I'm done. I'm like, how did it go? She's like, what's your favorite? Coloring. I'm like, well, coloring is great when you have time to color and you can take your time and do it good. So my trick is I look for what could be darker, and I do that first, and then I go over the top of it with everything lighter. So you can kind of see, and I try not to have any lines. So you can kind of see there's a little bit of line action. If you see those lines yet, you can go back one more time and try to get rid of them. So then over here, we're going to mix. I always go back over the dark. If you don't go over the dark, you're gonna have a more solid line. So the trick is to get rid of that line. And also another trick is don't put a lot of pressure on your marker tip. You're going to wreck it that much faster. And these are not markers that you can buy new tips for. You can't re-ink them. They're considered, to me in my book, how I would call them, as a consumable item. When something happens to the tip, it's like you gotta just get another set. They used to be sold individually, and they went away from that probably 3 years ago. Hi, Mitzi Stanley. Long time no talk, girlfriend. I'm glad you're here with us for a little bit. Oh, you guys, somebody's out there walking their dog. So from my window downstairs, all I see is my neighbor's tree. I think you guys, if you've seen me, we've seen the squirrels sometimes. I try to share the squirrels with you. Oh, I missed a leaf. Nope, that's a flower. Haha. It looks like a leaf, but it is definitely a flower. All right. So we've got some purplicious flowers going on. Go Team Purple. We'll do some pretty in pink. And we're going to make, just to give a pop of a different color, I'm not going to worry about two-toning it. We're just going to do dark pink. Oh, speaking of two-tone, for those of you that did the escape with me, did you not love when Sarah Simon did her two-tone presentation on the cardstock? I am super excited. I actually put some on my order yesterday. Go Sarah Simon. I know she's not really watching, but I gotta tell her I ordered two-tone cardstock just because of her. I probably wouldn't have ordered it if I wouldn't have watched her video. So she showed all the different things you can do with two-tone cardstock. It's so cool. And I'm sure there's a lot more, you guys, but it was just to get your brains working. Super awesome. So all the there were 8 creative presentations over the course of the 4 days. They're all available in an unlisted, like we did them unlisted, so those people in the event have access to them. And I will be doing my make and take presentation next week, Tuesday. And it was super awesome. Lots of inspiration. 9 suites were on display by various crafters in my community. All right, so there's a little bit of coloring. A 101. I don't color very much, but I got to talk through that. Hopefully you guys got to pick up some little tips and tricks. It says use the second 5 1/4 by 4 cardstock and stamp your inside, which we did. With tear and tape, add a piece of ribbon to the corner diagonally. Okay, so now that's where it's like I might deviate. Oh, Felisa, she's just getting started watching on the video. So that's what's so great about the Winter Creative Escape. It's flexible, especially for those of you that couldn't necessarily be with us on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's out there in Facebook. And also for some people, I have people who are not on Facebook. They still have access to all the creative presentations. I don't have a means of sharing the card samples and the display pictures, but still the 8 creative presentations, we're putting them into a PDF tutorial. So those that are doing the event with me, watch for that. Jolene's in the process of working on it this week. But all the creative presentation stuff, they were photographed. And then we're going to have a document that is available that you guys will be able to refer back to. This is Donna Grushke's idea, you guys, from the last escape. We didn't pull it together in time for the last one, but we were on the front end of it for this time, that we took all the pictures, all the presentation people, they sent their information to Jolene, and she's going to put in a nice little package with a bow on it. And then you guys can get inspired by having that in front of you, and you can work off of it. So that's super cool. So Felina's just starting to work on it, is what she commented. And that's perfect. So even if you think you missed out that it happened last week, you guys, I still have 12 boxes, 12 to-go boxes available. And with that, you get the all-access pass to the Facebook group, and you get part of my email chain for all the information. Now, I don't really add you to the email, and I don't add you to the Facebook group until payment is made. That is like the key to it, right? It's access once payment is made. So if you want to tell me that you want to get registered for it, once I get your payment, that's when I can add you to the stuff. So I don't like to get the cart in front of the horse, just in case the check never shows up at the door, right? So, all right, beautiful. Now back to this though. She said that she added the ribbon to the corner diagonally. Now, I got to think about how I want to do that. So would I add ribbon to the corner diagonally? I wonder if we could. So it says, let's just read the rest of this. So we got the inside stamped. It says with tear and tape, add a piece of ribbon to the corner diagonally, add your gems and a wink of Stella. With dimensionals, attach the 3x4. So in here it doesn't say, it says with tear and tape, add a piece of ribbon to the corner diagonally. Does that mean add it to this piece, add it to this piece? I'm gonna assume it's this piece because I feel like this just gets glued to the inside. And with dimensionals, attach the 3x4 cardstock piece to the front of your card, and with glue, attach the second 5¼ by 4 piece to the inside. Well, I think we're safe to add this to the inside. I gathered that. Let's go ahead and add this to the inside. I don't think the ribbon diagonally will go on this piece. So what we'll do is we'll flip this over. We'll put this, now, you're probably wondering to yourself, really? You're gonna do white on the inside. It is, this is what it says to do. So I don't generally do white on white. If you guys ever get a class from me, we stamp right onto the thick white. But this is good because in case you need to restamp it or do something, then you can always flip it over. But it does look really nice having a matte on the inside, even though it's white. But if you're at home making this card layout, you could always opt to do your card base a color if you want. Okay, so I could have done mine with peacock, or I could have pulled in the Highland Heather, or I could have done the other. And this too, if you're at home and you're thinking, oh man, I really want a matte behind here, this is 3x4. Make your matte 3¼ by 4¼ and it will pop. Okay, so your call, right? I'm gonna try to follow as much as I can what Millie's telling me to do so I don't deviate too much. But now let's go back to this. Jenna said, oh, Jenna's watching. White on the inside gives a more polished look. See, she likes it. Very good. I'm so happy you're watching. Yay. All right. So back to the diagonal corner thing going on. I brought 2 ribbons up. I knew I was going to potentially be working with pink, and this is the new Petal Pink scalloped ribbon. Jenna, did you know I'm upstairs? I'm in the craft room. Did you know that? I don't know when you joined, but I'm here. You guys, Jenna Helms is the one who was up here with her husband, Randy, and I was going to originally be doing lives back over in that little closet. It was actually a closet that we made not a closet anymore. We took the closet stuff out. So that's where I was going to be doing my lives. And it was Jenna and her husband that said, no. You need as much light as you possibly can have. And now this is why I'm here facing the outside nature instead of facing a wall. I love it. So kudos to you, Jenna. I appreciate you helping with that. Yay, it's been forever. Yes. Okay. So we're back to this corner ribbon thing. Adding ribbon to the corner, right? So let's look at this. Hi, Julie Block. I'm wondering how we could do I think we're gonna do it. All right, now the question is, do I wanna do peacock or do I wanna do pink? I'm actually leaning towards the pink because there's a lot of peacock coloring going on. So how would we do this? We're gonna cut off as much as what we think we need. Look at me grabbing my ribbon scissors. All right, and one of the tips, I don't know if you guys catch this, when I have ribbon, I like to not have it all loosey-goosey all over the place. So I have a piece of tape and I've folded over it's complete with cat fur, you guys. Oh my gosh, poor kitten's got their hair pulled out somehow on that tape. But I flip over the tab to make, I flip it over to make a tab, and then I can easily pull that off. Kittens be losing their fur. Brand new roll of tear and tape, you guys. And we are gonna make our tear and tape sandwich. You have an idea. I have ideas for online card class, record keeping. Okay. I love it. Ideas are always good. Okay, and this one's gonna go down at the bottom. And now I'm gonna have 2 waiting in the wings over on my hand. You guys, I do this all the time with my card making. When I know I'm gonna need lots of tape, I will line up all the tape on my hand, because on my hand it comes off, where if I line it up on my glass or my tabletop or wherever I am, then it sometimes leaves a residue on it. So we're gonna put this guy down here, like this. Julie Block, when you have a hot second, when I'm done with my live and you have a moment like outside of work hours, right? Call me so we can figure out your classes. I have class for you and Wanda sitting on the back counter. I was waiting until we could chat before mailing it out. All right, so we've got this on the back, and I'm gonna put this tape right back over the top of that. And then it does say on here, with dimensionals, oh man, I get to go to my fresh sheets of dimensionals. I'm gonna grab the big daddies here. Well, they're not that big, they're just the big ones, not the small ones. And we're going to put a few of those on the back of this. And if you are there watching and you are making this card, you could mat it. It doesn't hurt to mat it. You will hurt nobody's feelings, and you will make yourself happy if you mat it and you want it matted. If you want it matted and you mat it, just mat it. Like if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you want it matted, just mat it and you'll be happy. Clap your hands. That made no sense, but whatever. Okay, so now let's go back to this. And we're gonna grab our paper scissors. I'm wondering about this potentially being off the edge here. I'm trying to figure out how long I wanna make it. I'm gonna go like this and redo it straight. And then we're gonna go this guy at an angle, or I should say this end at an angle. And let's just see, I'm thinking like that. And then we're gonna, see, this is not in her instructions. Her instructions say to stamp it. And what we're gonna do is to stamp it right onto it. I'm gonna pop it up, pop it up, pop it up. All right, and then right there. A diagonal cut, yes. Then this is gonna go over here, something like that. And then we have gems. It says to use gems. I pulled gems. All right. I knew that I was potentially going to use petal pink ribbon, so I went downstairs real quick and I grabbed the low profile dots. So these are super cool. I am not a fan of this back flappy thing, so I hate having to open it and close it every time I want to get them out. So I have, from a very long time ago, I've always just sliced the flap like that, and I flip my gems around so that the cardboard is in first, and like the folded end. And so now when I go to grab them, I can just go in and out like this. That's how I usually do that. And we could add pink or we could add gold. And I have tendency to do pink because we've got a little spot right there. I'm really liking the low profile dots. Oh, I missed it completely. Okay. I'm liking these little guys. They're really flat for mailing purposes. And then we're gonna put one more, and I'll grab a little guy. I'll put it right over there. All right, so those are low profile dots. They are in the new mini catalog. And you guys, I grabbed a new Stella pen. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's always fun to get a new Stella pen, right? And so when you get a new Stella pen, so if you missed it, that's another thing Kelly and I started doing. We used to, many moons ago, we did a series for 2 years. I think we did Tip Tuesdays for 2 years, and we did Technique Thursdays for 2 years. And these are blasts from the past that we thought, there's a lot of new people in the community that in the last 2 years haven't been there. They didn't know we were doing this stuff. And a lot of this stuff is still relevant. I think the one that I saw posted for Technique Thursday for last week was the well-suited suite of products. And Kelly did a lot of worker, helper, so like firemen, policemen, paramedics. So those cards. And you may have that well-suited stamp set or the dies and you didn't know what to do with it. And you didn't know that that video is out there. So what we started to do is a replay Wednesday, and we did we're doing Throwback Thursday. And so our tips are going to be reshared, and our the technique class, or it's like a little technique video that she did, they're going to be shared. Some of them are 2 minutes, some of them are 15 minutes, some of them are 30 minutes. So what I'm getting at is I did a Tip Tuesday, or Kelly did a Tip Tuesday on how to start your Stella pen. And so if you get one of these for the first time and you don't know what to do with it, you need to take this little black ring off of it, and that is garbage. So you can just throw that away. And then what happens is when you put this back together, there's a little black pin thing there. I don't know what you want to call it. It's a pokey outy thing, right? And what that does is it goes into the other end. Oh my gosh, you guys, you asked if there was going to be kittens. There's a kitten. Here she is. This is Miss Honey, and she made it. She just woke up from her nap, so she's still here. All right, so then when you've got this now connected, there's the word push and the word push. And when you push those two together, squeeze them, the Stella will run through the barrel. Hi, baby girl. You want to check what's going on? The ladies are watching for you. Hi. Okay, there you go, girlfriend. So you're going to push and push, and I don't have your card underneath when you do it. When you squeeze, oh, there it is. All that Stella juice just came down. And what happens is it's going to work its way down the barrel and into this chamber and then come out the pen end here. And the thing is, doing it one time is not going to make it happen. You need to keep going, but you don't want to overdo it. I had somebody in class once that squeezed so hard and it just made a pool of Stella pen juice here. And then it was sad because it was no longer in her pen. And it started to come out. One hard squeeze was good for me. So it started to come out. And what you can do then is you can Stella over the top, and it wasn't a lot. It just started. So you could do one more little squeeze, And then some people shake it like that. And then you could add Stella to your front of your card. I'm gonna Stella the flower tips. So you have to be careful because sometimes it picks up the color of whatever it was that you were just doing, and also it will make your ink bleed if it's, so these are all, this is like a solution. It could possibly make the water-based ink pads, it could make them bleed. So you gotta be careful. Sometimes you just, I noticed it started to pick up Pretty Peacock, and I don't want peacock smeared all over everything, right? All right, we're gonna call that good. So I just got some of the flowers, and then we got the gems on, and yeah, that's it. I think we made a really pretty card. So it was awesome because this is a great, simple but elegant looking card. And you can definitely find ways to zhuzh it up if you wanted by adding, I could have added a pink or a purple or a peacock card base. You could also add a matte here, or you could keep it with the simple white. It's very clean and classy looking. Stella away. Hello, Miss Honey. Yes, I make a shimmer spray to use for most of my sparkle blingy needs. Yay, that's awesome, Feline. Hi, Yvette Lopez. Okay, so I told you guys that card was gonna be super simple. So I think that's what we've got for my card. I don't think there's anything else I need to do. I'm gonna photograph this and I will add it to the Facebook event. And what I'm gonna do is share with you what Millie Kindle made. So let's grab my paper scissors here and just cut this open. Let's see what we got. Hi, baby. Oh, she brought her mousey. Hi, baby. Oh, you want to play mousey? She carried her possum up. Okay, let's see what we got. All right. Here's to happiness ahead, and she's got the train. She used the there's the plaid embossing folder, and here's what she did with her ribbon around the corner. Hi, baby. And she used these gems right here that I actually have sitting here. These gems right here is what she put on the front. Let's see her inside. I wish our paths cross more often. Yay! So there you go. 2 different versions of a similar card. We did it. Yay, good job. All right, so let's flip this up and you can, I don't know if you guys can see it. She just walked right past, so the cardboard is on the floor just to help us so that we don't ruin the floor right off the bat, right? And so right in the middle of the carpet, you can see she dropped her mousey there. And what I generally will do is I'll throw it, the stairs are right past there, and I throw it down the stairs and she plays fetch. Let's see if she does it, you guys. Let's see, just entertain me for a moment. Let's see if she does it. Honey, where'd you go, girlfriend? Honey, honey, where? She's right here. Let's see if she brings it back, okay? So this is what we do. We play fetch. When I'm up here, if she comes through the door, she's gonna have it hanging out of her mouth, and she'll do that about 20 times. Okay, let's chat really quick about what I have coming up. This is my 3rd class of the year, and we did the otters class already. And I'm gonna just drop the camera down here. Let's see here, let's get that out of the way so I don't get ink anywhere. There she is, did you see her? Did you see her? You probably had these white envelopes in the way, but she literally dropped them. Oh, you guys, this is very entertaining. So you guys don't get to experience this about Honey, but here she is, she brought it back. Are you ready? Yeah. She runs down the stairs really fast and she goes after it and she brings it back. Okay, so fun. So now I almost don't want to turn the camera off because it's so entertaining. There she comes. She dropped it. She dropped it right by the box. You guys. Oh, so when I'm doing a live down in the hive downstairs, down there, she'll come and bring it and drop it right underneath my chair. And she waits for me and I don't get it to her and then she leaves. So it's awesome. Here she is. Wanna go get it? There she goes. Okay. So, all right, let's talk about it. So, because I think it's kind of entertaining. I'll let you guys see her walk up. I had the otters class back the first part of January, and we did 4 otters cards, and these are all still available. This was the order-based class. Good job, Honey. This is the order-based class. And so this was free with, I think, a $60 order, which is also qualifies for a sale-a-bration item. So, thank you guys. Here she is. She's waiting over here behind the box. Oh. Have you ever seen a cat that loves to play fetch, you guys? Okay, so the otters is available, and it's with an order. Also, you get to get a sale-a-bration item. Look at how fast. She brought it back already. Oh man. So this is what we do for about 20 to 30 times. And then she, oh man. And then she got tired. Oh gosh. Okay. There she goes. Okay, so also in the beginning of the year, we did a fun folds class. So this is called entertaining your child while you do a live. So we had a fun folds class, and you guys, I'm blown away. Normally we sell out of the fun folds before the fun folds even happen, and we have about 15 left of the fun folds. And we did the mushroom card, like there she is, she brought it back. She's still carrying it all the way over there. And then we had the fruit card, like that. There was like the butterfly with the flowers, and then there was the rainbow. So that is still available. I believe we have about 15 left. So if anybody wants to get on that, perfect. I have the monthly class tomorrow night. You guys, tell me if you want me to stop doing that, because I'll wait. And honestly, or I can go grab it really quick and send it to her. If you're entertained by it, I can keep doing a couple more times. But I hate for if you're like, let's get done with the live. I'm good. I could go either way. So this is the monthly class. It's just fun watching her come back up. So we have the Grow with Love, and that's really hard to see. I'll just drop this down really quick. We have the monthly class, which is tomorrow night. And I have about 15 of this class left as well. And 2 of them are more lovey-dovey-ish, and then the other one is more universal. So that's the monthly class tomorrow night. The Hearts of Elegance class is next week. Nope, it's actually the following week. It is not next week, it's the week after. The gold looks kind of funny in the video, but this one's more anniversary, wedding, or it could be, of course, you know, Valentine's Day, right? Because they look very Valentine's-y. So that one is coming up in a couple weeks. I believe that one is the 29th. Ink, Let's Just Stamp is next week, Monday. I have plenty of the zinnia left in case anybody still wants to get in on the zinnia. Some pretty cards making florally fun bloom impression paper. And then this one is this is ink, paper, scissors, you guys. Got to keep it real. The cat threw up. The cat threw up over some of these cards, and thank goodness they were in plastic, because I would have to remake them if they were not good. But this one got a little bit of damage on the inside here, kind of like soaked up, you guys. You got to keep this stuff real, right? The cat was sick, and so I'll let that sit for just a moment. Come on, honey. There she goes. Okay, so ink, paper, scissors is the only class that I'm running a little bit out of. I'm not out of it. I think I have 8 left, okay? So they're really pretty. And with that one, you guys, for all of you that are watching, we had a little bit of a fiasco with the daffodil ribbon that you will get with that one. It went out of stock. What do you do? It went out of stock the day before the catalog launch. There she is. She just came back. She makes a little chirp when she comes back too. She announces her presence when she brings it back. So the daffodil. So if anybody's watching, I will have to send an email out to everybody who signed up for the class at the moment. What happened was we don't have the ribbon. But for everybody that's doing the Winter Creative Escape, we had the ribbon ahead of time because my team pooled together. My team pulled together the resources. We could each order 2 in pre-order. And I had about 10 or 12 of my lovely demonstrator friends that helped a girl out. We were able to get all what we needed for kitting of classes and also for the escape ahead of time. So if you are doing the escape with me and you're doing ink, paper, scissors, you did not get any ribbon in your ink, paper, scissors kit because you have in your goodie bag 1 yard of it. You only need 9 inches for your escape card, and that leaves you 27 inches, which is exactly what you need. 26 inches is what you need for the 4 cards. If you didn't do the escape with me, we put 26 inches of ribbon in your kit as a good gesture that you could still make your cards. The ribbon is not expected to come in until January 27th or so, but by the time I get it ordered and get it here, it wouldn't be there for you guys in time for class. But what we did is we came up with a plan so that you could still get your cards together, made and put together in a timely fashion. And then what will happen is I will order all the ribbon for everybody. I'm not making exceptions either. Like if you say, oh, I don't need the ribbon, like send me something else. You guys, I can't manage 96 people telling me that they want a different ribbon. That would be a logistics nightmare for me. So what will happen, because the yellow ribbon is what was supposed to come in your kits, I'm gonna order them. And as soon as they get here, I am going to get them into your next package, which probably will be your February shipment, and I will just make it up to you. But you do have enough in your goodie box or your goodie ribbon share from the escape for those that got both from me. And again, if you didn't do the escape with me, you'll have 26 inches in your kit and I will make it up to you. Now, if this is a one and done that you only signed up for this class and you're not taking anything else, I will mail your ribbon separately to you. But if you are somebody who generally takes my classes every month, I will hold the ribbon and put it in with your February package. That is the plan. And I will send that out in an email update to everybody who signed up for the class. You guys, when stuff like this happens, all we can do is make the best of it and work with what we have. Okay? So let's see, did I miss anything? The Hearts class cards are so very classy and stunning. Thank you, Feline. Yes, we used to have one cat and we wonder if he was a dog. Yeah, we call him our dad. She's a dad. She's a dog cat. All right. How cute is your kitty from Patrick? You guys never got to see that side of Honey. Hi, Pat Hawk. You just got in from work. Need to talk to you about class. I'm interested in, yes. Yeah, Pat, I saw your message. You were on a piece of paper on my to-do list to give you a call back and to go over that. So, you guys, she did. There she goes. You guys can't see her on the other side of the wall, but she's crouched down waiting. Okay, I have Happy Mail. I'm going to share some Happy Mail with you guys. And after the Happy Mail, I'm going to take the camera off the stand. There she is. I don't know if you saw her, but she just brought it back. I'll take the camera off the stand and I'm going to share my room with you guys so you can see what we've been up to, spending our time on. And we'll go from there. All right. One more time here, girlfriend. Oh, you guys got to see Honey put it on a show for you. I'll sit over here. So she makes a little chirp, and I don't know if you can hear her when she does the little chirp, but it's adorable. She goes, meow. I can't make the chirp. She does a good job. Let's just see here. Money, yes, I think many of us have some kind of ribbon that would work too. But yeah, so Feline, absolutely. But we tried to make it so that you didn't have to have a different ribbon. There she is. Good job, Honey. She loves affirmations. That's good job, Honey. And then you gotta, yep. Okay. It's like, it's so hard. She dropped it. I don't know if you guys saw it. She dropped it right there. It's so cool. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's go through Happy Mail and then I'll show you the room. All right, so let's grab here. I forgot to show this to you guys earlier. Vicky Rodriguez had made me a beautiful ornament here. I was gonna say an ornament here with the shepherd set and Peace on Earth. So it was handmade. I got the bow just got a little bit squished in the packaging, but very pretty. So that came from Vicky Rodriguez during the Christmas time period. So I wanted to share that with you. And then Karen Wetstein sent me a little care package for my birthday. And it was thank you for being a great teacher and a towel. And there was a card. I gotta think about where the card went. Oh man, it might be in the pile yet. I'll find it. So it just might have gotten separated. Oh, here you guys, I did, oh look at this. She put a little bee on the package. Okay, I found Gina's class. I was gonna share with you what Gina did today. So I will share this momentarily. We'll finish going through Happy Mail. All right, this came from Corinne Braxton. You guys, Corinne is a stamp in front of mine, and she's down in Florida now. And so she did the Winter Creative Escape with me, but when she sent me her swap cards, she always includes a little gift for me. And so there's a cute little gift here that is the Post-it notes. This is perfect. I need Post-it notes up here. And then this one, let's see here. This one came to us from Trisha Fagley. She used the Sweet Citrus. And let me just see here. That was just a protector card. That was just over the top. And it says, be happy. And she used this looks like the Stitch So Sweetly die. Kind of, but not really. It's some of the, I'm trying to remember if this was some of the bee paper from last year. But then this looks like sale-a-bration paper. Trisha, if you're watching, I'm at a loss. I can't remember if that was from the bee paper. But it was a very pretty birthday card. And she's got in there, be happy. Wishes for an amazing 2025. So this, you guys, was a card protector on there, which was super cool. She used a pretty paper on it. Thank you for that, Trisha. This comes to us from Cheryl Gramlich. Yay, it's a birthday card, and she made it purple-licious for me. Very cool. A wish for you, a birthday wish, and happy birthday. Here's to a wonderful birthday. Thank you for that. She's got glimmer paper galore around the edge. That's awesome. I will call you after your class. Perfect. Yes, I saw that you sent a text message saying that you ran out of time yesterday, and that was perfectly fine. Hi, Deb Norman. Oh, this is from Deb Norman. This is a perfect card, you guys. This was from the Regal Winter. So I don't know what it was with the Regal Winter and if it was because we designed cards that you needed to have stamps for, but we have about 20 left of the Regal Winter, and this is one of the kits. And she used two-tone flora for it, Deb did, and it's just awesome. Just goes to show you that you do not have to have the specific stamp set that we feature in a class for you to make an outstanding and beautiful card. And so this was from Deb Norman, and it was my birthday card, and wishing you the happiest birthday. So thank you for that, Deb. I love it. And she included an envelope for us to reuse it. I love it. Okay, this one comes to us from Karen Mikowski, and it uses that stitched greenery die, and then there's the tea set, the tea time set that was from last annual catalog. All right, you guys, 20 seconds here. I know, definitely distractions with the kitten here. Okay, this one comes to us from Cheryl Thomas. Yay, Cheryl, birthday card. I love it. It looks like it was a kit one, but we love kit cards too. Everything. Oh, she's back ready, you guys. I threw it. She's literally back in 10 seconds. Very pretty card. I love the mango. It looks like Mango Melody. Very cool. This one comes to us from... This is from Stacy Warner. Yay! Stacy's from North Fond du Lac. And she used, oh man, it was a flower set. I did it in July sweet class of not this past year, but the year before. I remember doing a fun fold with it. I can't remember the name. Oh man, somebody who's watching might help me remember the name of that set. It was really pretty. I love it. Grateful for the everyday magic of use from Something Fancy. So very pretty. I love that. That cross tag, that's an embossing folder. That was part of their online exclusives when they launched them. All right, this one comes to us from Eileen Hodak Hayward. Yay, Eileen. She did the Regal Flora on here for us. I love it all day, your way. Happy birthday. Very pretty. I love it. I love the circle in the front. And then she had decorated the envelope flap. All right, and then this one comes to us from Ann Bellinger from Vermont. Yay, Ann. And she did the escape with us. Oh, okay. I lost my camera, so hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Let me go back here. Something was going up with the camera. Hang on. It's delayed. Hang tight. Technology. It's still stuck. Hang on. I put it right back to me. Hang on. Let's see here if it's back. Okay, let me go back here. Put it here. And I'm just doing a test of the public broadcast system. Okay, we had a little bit of an error or issue. I think we're back though. Ooh, it's super slow. Okay, hang on. I might go like this. Okay, so this one is from Ann Bellinger, and she used, it's hard to see the sentiment on the front though with the lighting. You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna fix it right away because there is a way to do this. So I'm not going to lose the video. Hang on. I think you guys can still see me. I'm gonna go out and bring in my second camera again here and see if that helps solve the mystery here. I think I bumped the screen up there or something and it kind of went wonky on me. Okay, let's see if it's back. It's back, I think. Okay. So we're back here. This was Ann Bollinger. It's so much easier to see the sentiment. Sometimes the simplest things mean the most. Very cool. It was a plaid designer paper from a couple years ago with that really pretty gold and vanilla ribbon. With nice save. I know, I love it. Hi, Marilyn Durbin. I had 2 Abbottson cats and they were like dogs, greeted us at the door. Yes, and that's exactly how our honey is. We just mailed out your prize. So Marilyn Durbin did the raffle with us and she won a prize. So Marilyn, I just wanted to let you know it got mailed out. This uses the Queen Bee set. I love it. So this is another one from Ann Bellinger. So this is my birthday card. Love it. Thank you very much. This one came to us from Cindy Nicolosi. And she also used the shepherd set here. And she made it into a fun fold. So it opens like this. Very cool. So you guys, that was what Vicki just showed. I showed you on her ornament. Very cool. And this one is from Vonda Saya. Yay, Vonda. She used this fold. I love this fold. We did this for a Fun Folds class once where you cut off the, you know, to make a triangle here. And then it flip-flops like that. Super cool. So very cool. I can't remember what the name of what the stamp set is. I can't remember this one. But sometimes I don't remember everything. All right. You guys, this one is from, I think this is Kathy Showalter. Very cool. Kathy Showalter here. Birthday card, you guys. That's the trusty tools. Come on, honey. She waits there so patiently. So this one is from the Trusty Tools. You guys might recognize this was from the Stamp-A-Stack that we did last year. So cool. I love that Stamp-A-Stack. This one is from Cheryl Taylor, you guys. This is a thick card. So cool. It's very tropical. Cheryl is my friend down in Florida. And look at that fun fold. Very cool. Wishing you a special day to celebrate your birthday. Looks like so refreshing, whatever that hibiscus water or hibiscus drink is. So that is from my friend Cheryl Taylor, and she's down in Hudson, Florida. This one comes to us from Andy Acquisto. And look at this, you guys. She has the trees here, there, and then she also has the trees there. I hope your days are filled with love and laughter. And she's got a pretty little snow hill, and she put the snowflakes. You guys, those are those snowflakes from last. Oh my goodness. I didn't remember this, but I remember this now that she did this card. So this fun is so easy, and it is very exciting to me, like to open this up and to have it like this. So you guys, if you're excited about this fun fold as much as I am, this is what, so Angelique is helping me with Sale-a-Bration Hoorah Rah, which is next month. We are casing, and she's got a different card that somebody had sent me, and I think it was Vonda sent me last year, where it takes a 12-inch piece of paper and you score it like that, and that is what we're going to use, the bloom paper from the Sale-a-Bration. This is going to be one of your styles of cards for next Sale-a-Bration Fun Fold class. So yay, and we're on the same wavelength. I love it. All right, there's one more here, and this is the one from Karen Wetstein that came with the towel, and then she also sent me this little guy right here. This is the card. So you guys might recognize this. Angelique sent a whole bunch of thank you cards out to helpers last year. And look at this, the envelope has the little bee. I have to save that. Oh my gosh. So Angelique made a whole bunch of thank you cards for people. And we then took that fold and we used it for the holiday fun folds last year. And like back in October, I think it was. And so now Karen Wetstein said she cased the card and she made this. Isn't that pretty? I love it. So very pretty. And then having the matching envelope was awesome. Super cool. Okay. Honey. Oh man, you guys. Okay. She's getting her little bit of a workout in. So I'll tell you, we're going to do a little walkthrough of the room here. And she dropped it all the way over there. All right. Go get her, girlfriend. Okay. So we got through Happy Mail. And we got through class. I'm going to take the camera off. Oh, wait, there's one more thing. There's two more things, and then I'm going to do a walkthrough. I have to be very careful because when I walk around with the tablet, I might lose it. Like sometimes, no, I might not lose it, but I might lose the connection because I might hit a button wrong. So before I do that, we're going to share this. Remember I showed you Carissa's class, and I showed you Julie's class. This is Gina's class. She has a technique class. So you could watch this. It was this morning, okay? She did this technique class, and she has these kits available through next week. And so there's one. Oh, she made a purple card for me. I love it. And she used mixed media floral, and she did watercoloring, I believe. So there's another one. And then here's another one. So these kits are available. She's already done the online class, so you could scope it out to see if this is something you'd want to do with Gina. All right, and she's got the inside so pretty. So that's Gina's class. Perfect. And then I have swap cards here really quick. I'll share you from my customer swap. This was from Audrina Spar. She did a mushroom card here. This one is from Miss Mary Lemke here, and wishing you a cozy day. This was the customer swap from Mary. Get this, this is from Feline. So Feline did something kind of similar, and she went with the pink, and wishing you a cozy day. Very cool. And then this was from Kathy Booker from Colorado. And so with these, being the host, I take these cards as the host and I donate them locally here to like the senior center, sometimes the St. Francis home. places that need cards to send to people. So this one is from Trisha Fagley doing the owl set. And then this one is from Elaine Reback. You're Simply Marvelous. So, and she made, oh, she's got a calendar here. I love it. We need to get this out to somebody right away so that they can have it up. So yes, so that was what we had for the customer swap. One more here too. This was actually, I believe, from Trisha. I'm pretty sure that she gave me that one. So yes, so that was the customer swap. And then I got a little gift here from Angelique as well that I was going to share with you as well. There was a card in here, another beautiful purplicious card. Look at that extravagant card. Purple just for me. And then when you open it up, it opens like this. Has some prettiness going on there. And then it opens like that. So cool. Oh, there's that wishing you the happiest birthday. I need to pull that set out and use that sentiment more often. So that's from Angelique, and she had included a keychain for me, and it says, you guys, I thought it was really sweet. May you be proud of the work you do, the person you are, and the difference you make. So very awesome. And then we had there was some bath salts in there, and there was a little pocket calendar for the new year. So yay. Okay. Julie says yes for Gina's cards. So if you guys go to my calendar, go to that printed calendar, you can go sign up with Gina directly. You can go sign up with Carissa directly, or you can go sign up with Julie directly. All right, you guys ready here? I'm going to take you guys out. I'm going to show you. I'm going to flip or still skin this around. All right, so backing up. And so now you can kind of see how I was sitting here like this, right? So I'm backing up. I feel like the camera went really small. Okay, so I'm backed up, and that's how I've got all my inks. So if you've seen my craft room in the past, the ink refill hasn't changed. That's just like when you go to a salon and they have all their nails on the wall, like their nail polishes on the wall. That was a nail polish holder that I got off of Amazon. Tyler built me the ribbon holder, and so I said that I would share this so you guys can kind of see how I keep my ribbons. I don't have them on spools. That's actually chicken feeders. If you go to the farm store, Fleet Farm, you can get the chicken feeders. I gotta hold it with the other hand. You can get these silver things are what you feed chickens out of, like little troughs. And then Tyler built that, and I'm gonna stain it now the same color as the floor. I did have the color storage set up for all my ink pads, okay? And then I've got designer paper set up over there. All my credenzas hold the 8.5 by 11 papers that I have. My mess, as Mary Gunn would say, my messy desk. I'm going to come this way. I've got my other credenzas there. It's really nice. Tammy Sokolic found some of these metal things right here. They are magnetic, and they hold like the platform stuff, my die cutting stuff, and then other stuff, and like some tape down there. All right, so then we've got a little island. That's not an island. It's a peninsula that comes out now. You guys, if you watched me in the beginning of the video, you heard me say that we're working on organizing all my cards. Okay, so this is like looking underneath the dress. This is a hot mess in here. So I keep one of everything. So if you remember from a couple years ago, we did that winter wonderland class. Like those are the go on fishing class. Like all of these are full of different Stamp-A-Stacks. And then I've got in here order-based classes. So my very first order-based class I ever did was this one with the soft seedling. So I'm organizing these all and putting them into these boxes that are colored. All right, so Kathy Showalter, when you watch this, Kathy Showalter is the reason I have that. It was supposed to go down in the she shed, and it was too big. So, all right, so I got like all my swap cards all my sweet cards that are from sweet classes from the past, and I will have them in chronological order, which is awesome. So storage down here, so like when my helpers, we're making this better. So when my helpers need to do die cutting, we put them in cases. Now, you can see here, honey, she's not hiding, but she's being strategically placed behind a box. And we're going to try to do this so you guys can see how this works. See her? She's crouching down, crouching tiger. Ready? There she goes. Okay, so over here, like these are the boxes that I'm getting. I have like purple ones, I have red ones, I have blue ones, and like those are all ink, paper, scissors. So that's all ink, paper, scissors since 2021. Here she is. Can you hear her? Good job, girlfriend. Did you hear her? She's the chirper queen here. Ready? Okay. All right. There's a little honey entertainment for you guys. So, okay, cards, cards, cards. And then over here is the door that Mark just put in for us. And Dawn stained it. Oh, she's back already, you guys. And then this is where I have my office is going to be set up. It's got to focus. And so none of the pictures are put up. It's a hot mess, you guys. This is what used to be on the dining room table. Honestly, this is what used to be on the dining room table. It's up here now, so it's contained. All right. Should we do this again, honey? One more time here. All right, let's pick this up. There she goes. Okay, all the card boxes that we're cutting. So here are some card boxes, right? Those are going to have cards in them. They are going to go up on the wall in between here. And when I get it all done, I'll have to send you guys a picture, like share a picture. But Tyler's going to build shelves all the way up on both sides. You guys, look at this. She literally brought it right back to my foot and put her paw on my foot and said, Mom, I'm back. Okay? Oops. And Mom is not good. Mom throws. Like, she sucks at throwing. So, okay, we're almost done. So this is a table that Dawn built for me. And it's great because I'm going to have the ability to have a few people up here collaborating and planning. And this is a rolling table. So it can go anywhere. Basically, it's locked right now because of the feet. But, oh, she's back. She's back. So I'm back here then is where I'm going to have all my paper storage. So I have lots of cardstock, because at some points I need maybe 5 to 10 packs for a class, depending on, like, of the same color. So I have lots of paper. So that is all going to be built. So at some point when that's done, I will share that with you guys too. So there's 2 things that are mainly left in here: the paper storage, and then up there are the shelving. And then this is something that I've always had in this room. It was we painted it purple though, and it has another great makeshift top wood piece that we can use for setting things on. And then this is my cutter that I use for cutting paper up to about 3/4 of an inch thick. So that's the big handle. It barely fits in here. And then when I go live, I have to have my computer up here to be able to, the setup is that, so now you can see here, I watch this sometimes. When I'm done, I go and hit the end button, and then you can really this is the setup. And then over here is another area for some storage, where I've got my retired card stocks in these 2 credenzas. So all the colors that go back 20 years from way back, like certainly celery is in there, chocolate chip, all the older colors. And then we have a fireplace downstairs. And so this is, behind here is the pipe that goes up to the ceiling. And we're working, I should say there's a 3rd project. There's one more project. Tyler's going to build me a pattern on here that is herringbone made with purple heart, a vein of purple heart, and then 2 tones of brown and then purple. And he's going to make a herringbone. So it's going to come in and he's going to do 3 sides so that it's really pretty. And then on the back side is going to be a scratching post for the cats so that they can have a little space up here. So yeah, so this will back up so you can kind of see the whole thing from this side. Sorry if I'm a little shaky with this, but this is a impromptu video here kind of. All right. There goes honey again. Sorry, I had to throw it again. So yeah, so this is kind of what it looks like from the doorway now. And there's that. Got the air conditioner heater up there. Oh, and full circle over here. Again, you guys, as soon as I got the green light to use the counter space in here, I went for it. And so she hides down here. What's up, honey? You guys, how many times? Is anybody keeping track how many so far? She could do that. She could do that all day long. But I don't know, I'll have all the time in the world to keep doing that. But so let me put this back up here. Hopefully I didn't lose anybody. Let's do like that. Very good. Okay, we made it back. Lots of progress, you guys, have been made on this room. I am very much looking forward to being officially wrapped up and having all my card boxes buttoned up and being just super organized so that I can go back to having somewhat of a normal sleep schedule. So my dog is watching you and Honey play on the TV. I love it, Donna. See, entertaining everybody. Gina's cards are nice too. I definitely agree, Barbara. Yes, Polly said that Gina's class was awesome this morning. Great. Corner in bloom for the purple one. Corner in bloom for the purple one. Corner in bloom. Oh, very good. That's what Debbie said what the name of the stamp set was for that one. It's good now. You're back. Very good. Yeah, that I was nervous for a hot second about that camera up there. I don't know how we lost it for a little bit, but we did. Oh, that would be great dye story. Yes, Yvette Lopez. I completely agree with you. I remember seeing a video or a picture of either Rhonda Wade or Janet Wakeland or somebody, or was it Erica? I don't know. Somewhere along the way, I saw a picture of somebody and all their magnets. They had a sheet of magnets and they had all their dyes on the wall like that. So yeah, definitely agree that that would be great for that. But I think I have in my head and envision a herringbone pattern and just being pretty and having my dyes. I usually leave my dyes in the cases. She's right here, you guys. Like, she's waiting there. She's waiting there very patiently. She's like, Mom. She does. She waits there until she's had enough done waiting time. So, what is that above the window? What is that above the window? A light. Oh, that's my air conditioner. So Marilyn Durbin, above my window straight up here is an air conditioner. So I don't mind it a little bit hot up here. There's no airflow that comes up here. My furnace does not. My house was built in 1947 and it was moved here across town in I think 1951. And whoever put the air, it doesn't, the air conditioner from the basement, it doesn't push it up here. So it's always been hot here in the summer up here and cold, freezing cold in the winter. When we had the opportunity to redo this, somebody made the suggestion about putting the air conditioner up there like that. And as long as it's 30 degrees or warmer outside, I can use that for heat. But right now it's not over 30. It's not going to be over 30, but one day in the next week. So generally then I have wall mounted heat. And when Tyler is burning fire downstairs in the stout room, we're going to have forced air from that room coming up here, like natural heat. So up there, that's a air conditioner. Oh, I'm so glad that you guys could see it. So, yay! Wonderful. Oh, man. So, what's next on the radar? Okay, so Julie has class tonight. I have a lot of things to button up. I'm going to be working on stuff until she gets here. And then tonight, Tyler and I are actually laying tile. I don't know if I shared that with you guys. Downstairs in the stout room, we have a fireplace that's going back in the room. And so what we need to do is we have to be to code. You have to have tile in. And so Tyler and I worked on installing, Tyler put the cement board down and now we're laying tile. So there's Tyler and Tyler is laying tile. Say that 10 times fast. And so he got really good at laying what I call the mud, and it's actually a thin set. And so we worked on that. And so I was in charge of putting these little red things on. You had to twist them on, and that helps hold down the tile. So we went on, so it's a temporary thing until we can figure out what we want to do permanently. So yes, you're probably thinking, wow, that's a lot of work for temporary. We really want to have a fire. Well, Tyler, I should say, really, really wants to have a fire. We haven't been without a fireplace. He loves burning wood and he loves to cut down trees. So he always has access to wood when he cuts trees down. And the fireplace has been used for many years now, and so it's sitting in the garage. so to be able, and we don't know what we're doing yet really for certain behind there. So Tyler went on a Facebook marketplace, and for $15 he found the tile, and the thin set was inexpensive, and the grout, we're going to grout it tonight, so the grout was inexpensive. So for less than $100 we could put in something temporary that we can use to have fire through the summer or through the winter, and in the summer we can take this out and then put in what we really want, which is flagstone. But we couldn't do that now because it's so cold. And so to cut the stone and to put it in, it just wasn't going to be so feasible. So a temporary resolve is that we put this tile in temporarily, and then we can easily take it out. I mean, easy enough, take it out. And it was the tile again, Facebook Marketplace, $15. A guy was trying to get rid of what he had left over from his house. He had 13 pieces of brown, 12 pieces of gray, and 9 pieces of vanilla. And we utilized every piece but one, and we made a makeshift pattern that it is what it is, right? It's just temporary. So yeah, so that is what we're going to try to finish that tonight. That's what we did for date night last night, is we tiled the floor. So yeah, I like the color on your wall, purple. It's called berry purple, I think. Yes, you guys, get organized. It's a new year. Get yourself organized, and then you will feel good, and stay organized for as long as you can. My goal in the next week or so, Honey's waiting behind you see that little bit of white behind the door right there? That's Honey. So my goal is to get these cards buttoned up and in boxes, and then that will clear off all of the counter space, and then I will feel a lot more organized as well. So yes, you guys, it's a new year. It's a new time for crafting, and get your room organized. Feel good about your space. That is definitely what you should do. For those that we need to chat, give me a call. Give me like 20 minutes, and then maybe shoot me a message or say, hey, are you ready to chat? But Pat and I know Julie, you're on my radar to talk with. So, all right, you guys, I've kept you for long enough. It is officially 2 hours and 23 minutes into our video, or 2 hours and 14 minutes into our video. So I'm going to end it. I hope you guys enjoyed share a card. Hey, wait, one more thing. For those of you that, I have to get back to work. Okay, we'll talk later, Julie. For those of you that would like to share your cards, if you go to Cards by Christine, go to my Facebook page, and if you go to events, there is an event, and it's in the past now because I think we've passed our time for the class together. But share a recipe, create a card, and inspire others. When you go to the discussion, it says, did you find inspiration in the class today? If so, share your cards. And look at that, Debbie Gast is on the ball. Good job, Debbie. She shared her card. She had a little die cut piece back there. She added some hearts. Very cool. So it's really easy to do the sharing. What you can do is grab your card, and while you're in here, like if you're doing this from your phone, oops, wrong thing, what you can do is take a picture. So grab the camera like this. Oh, hi, everybody. So you grab your phone, take a picture of the card, and then we hit is done, and you hit go. And that will post it. So everybody who shares their card by January 31st will get their name in for a drawing, and we'll do that drawing when we do the beginning of the beginning of February. We'll grab all the stuff from January and do those drawings. So the other thing too is I have the year end, all those year end guessing questions. Kelly's focus right now is working on our Beekeepers Bible. She's also been tasked with pulling all the winners from the year-end guessing game questions, and she's going to try to pull those winners tomorrow so I can do that live next week. We're going to go through the scavenger hunt answers, and we're going to go through the year-end questions. When I know what day and time that is, I will make sure to announce it to you guys so that you can be watching for it, and in case you want to watch it with me. So Marilyn Durbin sent me an email for Onstage. Perfect. I love it. So I need to purge every time I clean and organize. I get messy crap. It happens, you guys. It just happens. It's too hard to stay organized. It's too easy to get unorganized. The trick is to, as soon as you start to notice yourself getting unorganized, to get organized right back and get back into it. So, all right, you guys. Honey, are we going to say goodbye? Hi, girlfriend. She looked over this way. All right, you guys, lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. It was great sharing some cards with you today, sharing my space with you, and sharing Honey. You guys got to see the dog side of Honey today, our little princess who likes to play fetch. So, all right, you guys, love you. We'll see you tomorrow night for the monthly card class with the Valentine's Day sets that we're going to be featuring in Girl with Love. So, all right, you guys, love you. Bye.